Welcome in, race fans. This is Jason with First Gear Network, bringing you live coverage of First Gear Racing Craftsman Truck Series from New Hampshire Motor Speedway. This is round 21 of the season. This is a round of 10 of the playoffs, third race in the round of 10. This is a elimination or cutoff race. So we are going to have two drivers not make it to the next round of the playoffs, which will be the round of 8. So far we've got 11 drivers in the field so far tonight. Might have a couple more here as we've still got 24 minutes of practice left. Currently our fastest truck on track is going to be Nate Brooker in the 230 truck. Put down a pretty decent lap time of a 30.72 second lap. Watching him now. The Grizzly machine. Second on the standings right now in practice is going to be Trevor Benz, 30.73 playoff driver. Right behind him, Todd Smith, also another playoff driver. In fourth, you got Nolan Mills in the 84 truck, playoff driver. Andrew Groves in the 48 truck. He's a playoff driver as well. In sixth, we've got the 82 truck, Brian Hayberger. Seventh place is going to be the 29 truck, Michael Kennedy. He is a playoff driver. And then in eighth, we have, fittingly, the 8 truck. Don't change your, there's nothing wrong with the station or the screen. The 46 truck is renumbered to the 8 truck, looking for more luck, so changing numbers. So Edwin James in the Waffle House machine is going to be running the 8, and he's in the playoffs as well. And then you have Joseph Klein, freshly moved from the Carolinas to Texas, out in the sticks. Got him some Starlink internet today. Just got moved in, first time on the rig since he moved. And he is back on track. Going to try to make up his deficit from missing last week's race while he was in the process of moving. He's 9th on the speed chart so far. Mark Owlett, the 80 truck. He is in the playoffs. He is currently 10th on the speed chart in practice here. And then Tim Falker in the 12 Miller Lite. Ford, our one lonely Ford so far tonight. He is currently 11th on the speed chart. All right, so while we're checking things out, let's go to the race details for today. So again, this is round 21 of the season. We are in the round of 10. This is an elimination race, third race of the round of 10 here at New Hampshire. Right now we've got an ambient temperature of 77 degrees, 58% humidity, partly cloudy skies, and a 16-mile-an-hour wind. Our track temperature is 112 degrees, so pretty toasty. I'm going to see these trucks getting loose and getting sideways with that temp and that wind. Definitely going to have some issues there. We are scheduled for 175 laps in tonight's race. We're going to have stage breaks at the completion of lap 55 and at the completion of lap 110. And stage points are still on the board to be scored at the end of those stages for the top 10 finishing positions. So should be an interesting night. Now let's go back to.
Who remembers that one New Hampshire race? Don't say it. Don't say it.
Come on now. Come on. That's all in the past. I don't even remember what it was in. I can't remember. Sorry. Mine's blank.
I
So,
remember.
all right, so let's
Am I
pull up
muted
our
audio?
playoff standings. Let's take a look here. So currently, Todd Smith is our points leader. He has a 1-point lead over Nolan Milnes. Andrew Gross is 2 back.
Can I have a 30-piece McNugget?
Michael Kennedy is 5 back. So the top 4 pretty
Go high,
tightly
go high, go high.
contested. Again, points reset after this round, but those 4 look to be pretty well locked in with where they're at. In 5th, you have Alex Fuller. He is 25 points behind Todd Smith. When you look at where he's at ahead of the cutoff, he has a a 21-point buffer over 8th place, and it's 22 points over 9th. Brendan Decker, I don't think is making it tonight, so at least on the check-in page, it doesn't look like he was going to make it. So
Yeah, I'm probably going to be on this trip for the next 96 hours.
with him not showing up, he should not be moving on, at least from what we're looking at. But again, the excitement is going to probably come from Joseph Klein. Again, just recently moved, first time back on the rig, new internet, out in the sticks of Texas. We're going to see if everything works out for him tonight, as he is 3 points off of 8th place Trevor Benz currently. So it's going to be tight battle there, because you've got 6th, 7th, and 8th all within 6 points of each other, and then just a few more points back to Joseph. So I feel like that's where we're going to see possible somebody not make it, positions change there. Again, Alex Fuller isn't here yet tonight either, so I don't know if he's not making it. If he doesn't make it, then that's going to put him out of the playoffs. So we'll have to wait and see. We still have 17 and a half minutes left to go of practice, so still plenty of time for him to make it. I know he said he was going to be tight on time tonight, so but as long as he makes it, then we're going to have to battle it out on the track tonight. So that is it for that.
Hello.
Trevor Benz. Let's take a look here and see. He's been on the track for 21 laps. Definitely a bit of a longer run here. Trying to get a feel for it. Looks like he may be calling it there at 21 laps. Brian Haberger's out on a long run, 26 laps. Take a look, see how his truck is handling here. Looks squirrely. Looks like a handful. And this track is, I don't know if they list it as progressive banking, but the bottom lane of the corners is less banked than the second, third, fourth, and fifth lane. So it is kind of a progression of banking, and there's a lot of grip to be had in that second lane, but it's still less on banking, so you still got to let the truck rotate. And then right between that first and second line, like where he's got his left side tires, there is a bit of a change in the banking there, where if you get that left side tires down just below that line, that dotted line in that first to second lane, you can kind of help the truck rotate a little bit if need be. But if these trucks are going to be loose, it won't be that necessary. So we'll have to see if these guys carry more of a loose feeling in the center, corners, entry, and center, or if it's going to be really tight. And then you can have, understeer that can create putting power down, trying to get the truck to rotate, and then that creates it getting loose. So we're going to have to watch that tonight and kind of see how these trucks manage in the longer runs. got a shout out from Ben in the chat. Good luck to the drivers, and then Robert Groves is in the chat giving good luck to Andrew. Wishing everybody to be safe. Appreciate it, Robert and Ben. Thank you for your kind words. So yeah, watching the 82 here, he's on his 29th lap. So so far he's the one that's on the longest run that I've seen currently right now. Definitely putting that truck to work. Looks like another driver that's putting in some longer laps right now is Edwin James in the 8 truck. He is on his 22nd lap on this run. So again, just kind of looking to see kind of what the truck is doing. As it comes into the corner here, I'll zoom in a little bit more. Doesn't look terrible. Let's jump on board. See how much that wheel's moving. So he's running up a little higher in that 3rd lane. Again, there's a little bit more banking there. Now he turns it down, gets on that lower, that 2nd line. Try to drive off a little straighter on exit. What does he do down here? Tries to get to that 1st lane, left side tires to help the truck turn. So it is tight on entry, which is common. It's like I said, it's called a flat track with very slight banking. It's very slight, but new name at the top of the board. Michael Kennedy has just run the fastest lap at 30.72. That's with Nate Brooker, but it put him up on top of the board. Ooh, we see that truck. See, he got loose there on the throttle there, trying to exit turn 4. It's tight. He's trying to back it down, and you can hear the tires chatter just a little bit. Really easy on throttle. Edwin's last lap was a 32.31. That's 1.3 seconds off of his best lap time. So you can see there's a huge drop off already with these tires wearing out pretty quickly. .48 that time. Oh, up into the wall. The front end gave out. Woo! A little bit of bump there. See, Mosey's his way back down to pit road. Check in on the 66, Todd Smith. New paint scheme for him. Got Darkwing Duck on the truck now. Gonna throw me off all night. Been looking at that Hot Wheels truck for darn near 2 years now. Todd finally said, let's sneak a different paint scheme in on Jason tonight. Got Crazy Todd there on the front bumper. Doesn't say Chevrolet like most of the trucks do, says Crazy Todd. Good looking truck. Right behind him you got the 84 and Nolan Mills. In between them you've got Andrew Groves on track in the Toyota, the 48 truck. First Gear Racing on the hood. Really appreciate Andrew's support. Good looking truck, love the colors. It's got a good finish to it too, good sheen. Right now the 48 truck is on a run. He's on lap 7. This run, Brian Hayberger is on lap 37. He's putting down 32.49 lap time, so definitely seeing a drop off there. He's still staying out there. Oof, that was close. no, Edwin into the wall. Got loose out of 2. Fresh tires. I was getting ready to say Edwin's on his second lap of fresh tires, and you see that how uneasy the truck was. There was no grip on corner exit, and he just got loose. And you go for right to the inside wall, and if you get heavy damage, that's a reset. We see Andrew Groves back out on the track. He's got Mark Outlet right to his outside. 48's going to cross the line here, and maybe he's trying a short run here. Let's see. See, that truck is just unhappy in the corner exit. Oh, we see the 80 get loose. Good save. All right, 48's going to dive it into turn 3 here. Use lane number 3. Put the left sides in lane 2, and then even cut down, maybe get close to the bottom lane in turn 4. Good exit. Let's see what it does for time. 31.1. See the 12 up in the wall. We see the 8 coming back off pit road. Here comes the 48 out of turn 2. Down the backstretch into turn 3. Truck is on edge. You can tell he's not too much of a handful, but you can just hear them tires talking just a little bit. Andrew Groves puts down a 30.89 that lap. Still a 1/10 of a second slower than his best so far in this practice. Let's see, can his third lap do anything different here? Can he improve on that best lap time? Nope. Got tight. Okay, so we're going to see that. Okay. So the trucks are getting tight. That was pretty tight on him. He got up and actually had to let off and still hit the wall. Take a look at our leader at top of the charts. 29 truck, Michael Kennedy. Oh, don't need to. He's pulling off. Brian Hayberger is on lap 43 of this run. Oh no, it got sideways on him on entry. Oh, and his last lap was a 32.67, just under 2 seconds. 1.87 seconds slower than his best lap. That's not. 2-second fall off these runs tonight with the stages, 55 and 55, and then 70. No, sorry, I can't add. 65 for the last stage, so 55, 55, and 65. So that was a good run by the 82. So he recorded 44 laps running that one. I think we're seeing Todd Smith is on a long run as well, 19 laps. And looks like Alex Fuller has made it. Yep, I see him on there, number 16, so he has made it. That gives us 9 out of our 10 playoff drivers in the field for tonight's race. Looks like Alex is getting out on the track. He's got 5 minutes left to practice to get some time down. Let's hope he doesn't burn it getting too loose here on these beginning laps on this run. We'll follow him along and see where it puts him on the board here as he gets some much needed time on the track here before qualifying starts in 5.5 minutes. Alright, Alex Fuller into 3 and 4. So far he's kept the truck underneath him with these cold tires, or should be getting close to getting up to 10. I'd say probably about 2 laps run. Be about right. Let's see, up to P8 on the chart with his first lap, 30.96. Enters a little high in 1 and then tries to turn down through the middle of 2 to have a straighter exit. You don't have to have as much wheel into it. Keeps it from spinning out. Almost like diamonding the corner. Just enter in, push up just a little bit, let the car come back down, let the truck come back down, and then have a straighter exit off. Good looking 3 and 4 there. Cross the line. 30.88. Still keeps him P8, but decent lap. Mark Aulette just jumped to P10 with a 31.02. Team putting it down on the apron into turn 1. Trying something different. We see the 8 still having issues with turn 2 as he's spinning off the inside wall on the back stretch. See what the 16 truck does this lap. Much lower, 31.29, so tires will start wearing pretty quickly here. And there it is. Tried to give it a little bit too much too soon. Hard into the wall with 2 minutes 56 seconds left. Todd's coming out on track. Michael Kennedy, he's on lap 5. Michael Kennedy's pulling down, under 2 minutes left to practice here. Go catch up with the 8 truck of Evan James, and of course out of 2, giving him trouble. 82 spins as well. Parking lot on the backstretch. See Alex Fuller's back out on track. It's going to be a second run, second attempt here to try to get this truck figured out with just over a minute left of practice left. Maybe went in, made a change, adjusted the steering ratio or the offset, maybe his brake bias to try to get a better idea of what this truck's going to need. Should be able to get roughly 2 laps in here before practice ends. See if he can improve his time of 30.88. Just in a 10th and a half off of Michael Kennedy's lap time. So it's a pretty tight field with practice time. So we'll really have to see what happens with qualifying. 30.82 again for Mr. Fuller. He matches it. A little bit better lap. He runs a little high on 1 and 2 there. Carry this speed down the backstretch and make something happen in 3 and 4. See the truck is unhappy. He gets it turned down though. I'm going to try to drive off that turn 4 straight. Let's see, Mr. Fuller. 31.06. A couple 10 slower there that lap. All right, so that's it for practice. Lap counts pretty decent there. Looks like 78 by Mark Owlett, 86 by Todd Smith. Most laps ran in this practice. All right, and on to qualifying we go. We're gonna wait and see who's the first one to jump out here and get out on track. And Alex and Mark are going to be the two first ones out. I assume two things out of this. Alex is just trying to get the lap time down and out of the way. Let me check my messages here. We got a special guest we're going to get up here. Let's see if I can get him in here. Michael, welcome in.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello there.
General Kenobi.
I just happened to look over at Discord and I was like, Michael's in the waiting room. What's going on? And I saw the message. I was like, oh no.
Yeah, oh no. I was doing pretty good too, but with chicane, the braking, I kept missing braking points and ended up in the wall in the last corner. And it is what it is.
It happens. You see Alex Fuller trying
With
to
my
get a
engine,
lap in.
so.
He cannot. He actually just exited pit road and got a black flag. He's mad now. Oh, he's locking it down. It's going to be a tough one tonight. This track is slick.
Yeah, this track is always slick. Last time we were here with the Nixons, it was just one after the other.
Yeah, that's the race we do not name.
We do not remember the said race.
Andrew tried bringing it up during practice, and I came over to the chat and said, nope, I can't remember. I don't remember what we were driving. Don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, I don't remember this track. We never race here. No, we never.
Never, ever.
This is the first time we race here.
Edwin
Never
James
have I ever.
puts it to the pole. The 8 truck up front with a 30.83. So that's about a tenth slower than the fastest time in practice that Michael Kennedy put up. It was 30.72. But still a good lap. All right, let's see who else is on track. Brian and Nolan. Take a look here and see what Nolan's got completing his first lap. Nolan 30.99 on his first lap. Truck looked tight out of turn 2 a little bit. After Alex Fuller getting all those black flags on his second attempt at qualifying, he was able to put down a 30.86 that put him P2 on the board, so good job for the 16 truck. Nolan's first lap will be faster of the 2. Now Alex is using the rest of practice, or the qualifying for practice, since he was so late into practice tonight. Looks like the 82 is doing the same thing. Brian Hayberger is out running qualifying laps, or practice laps during qualifying. Joseph Klein, currently P6, 31.83 on his first lap.
And it's worth noting that Mr. Klein there did just move, so he's got to reset up everything. So he may have some troubles tonight because everything's a little out of place.
Yep. I mean, he had to run and get emergency internet tonight because the internet he signed up for had a 700 ping earlier today, so he ran and got Starlink and got it hooked up and just threw it in the backyard for the night. And so far his internet seems to be good, but yeah, that system was completely tore apart on a big move for the past 2 weeks, and now this is its first time being used, so that rig, any kind of flaws or if you forgot to tighten a screw or mount something down right, everything could be a little iffy, and then when you plug everything back into the computer, sometimes the computer doesn't like that.
Yep.
So he is using the rest of qualifying for practice as he is currently P6 on the board. He's the slowest of those who have put down a time. Now we've got the 33 of Trevor Benz coming out on track. Todd Smith is also out on track. Let's catch Todd. He's on his first lap.
Yeah, they're trying to wait for that track to cool down a little bit so it doesn't be as slick.
Yeah. I really don't think it's done much for him tonight. Still seems super hot. And the wind is bad too. It's super windy. We had 16-mile-an-hour winds is what was listed earlier in practice. Todd goes P3 on his first lap. Trevor is about to complete his first lap. Nate Brooker is on track and ready to take the green. Trevor was super fast in practice. Can he put it down? No. 31.03, P6. Todd crosses the line on his second lap. Oh, so close. 30.84. 100 slower than Edmund. Edmund is still on provisional pole. Maybe the number change is all he needed. Trevor gets a little squirrely there out of turn 4, across the line. There he goes, a little bit better. P4, 30.91. Nate Brooker across the line, P7, 31.02. Michael Kennedy's coming out on track. He was the fastest in practice. Ran a 30.72 in practice. Nate Brooker goes a little bit faster, 30.92, puts him P5 on the board. Kennedy out of turn 4 to complete his first lap. P4, 30.88.
He had a wide corner there on 1 and 2, so we'll see how he does the second lap.
Down across the line here. Can he do it any better? He does. 30.78. Pole provisional. Mr. Kennedy. Now the 48 is the last truck out on track, I think. Yep, we got the 48 and the 12 that haven't run. 48 is completing his first lap right now at the line. And Andrew goes P2.
And the last I checked, the 12 truck tonight, even in the server at the moment.
Oh,
so.
Tim must have left or had an issue. Okay. See if Andrew can find 100th here. He is literally knocking on the door of this pole with Mr. Kennedy. Great lap by the 48 truck on his first lap. See if he can make anything better here on lap 2. Cross the line. 30.82.
No.
300 slower. He was so close. Great qualifying. And that leaves with just 45 seconds left, and it's time for a quick speech with the group. Great qualifying session, guys. Congratulations, Mr. Kennedy, on the pole. For everyone, we are scheduled for 175 laps tonight. We're going to have the 5 sets of tires in the pits, 1 fast repair, Our stage breaks will be lap 75 and lap 110. Good luck, guys. Let's have a fun race. It is an elimination race, so we'll be watching, rooting for some good, clean racing. And good luck, everybody. Good luck to the playoff drivers, and good luck to everybody else that joined. Appreciate you guys.
Are you sure it's not 55 for stage 1?
Sorry, I may have misspoke. Yes, 55. Did I say 65? I'm sorry. 55 and 110. 55 and 110. My bad. Thank you. All right. Let's set the field here. All right, there's our grid on the screen for you guys. Michael Kennedy and Andrew Groves on the front row. Edwin James and Todd Smith on row 2. Alex Fuller and Trevor Benz on row 3. Nate Brooker and Nolan Milnes on row 4. Mark Owlett and Brian Hayberger on row 5. And Joseph Klein currently will be starting on row 6 by himself because Tim has disconnected and doesn't look like he's made it back yet. So this is our field. Hoping for a good race here as we try to whittle down from 10 trucks to 8 trucks for the playoffs. And right now, Joseph Klein is outside looking in, so anything's possible tonight. We've got 4 drivers that are pretty much well locked in that we talked about earlier in the show. Todd, Nolan, Andrew, and Michael, pretty safe. Alex is right there in the middle in
What
fifth.
does this elimination round cut change just to know how many drivers?
Oh, that's Brian Hayberger on the radio.
We go from 10 to 8.
Okay, Edwin's got that answered. Let's make sure.
Copy that. Thank you.
Sequencer's up. 55 and 110. Yep. All right. So things are set and we're ready to go. Just gonna look at some stats here. So
Nolan just spun out. Delay the green. Delay the green.
Okay, they called it off. 1 to go when you get to the line.
He lost force feedback.
oh no, Nolan lost force feedback.
Dang, did you give him your wheel?
Nope. Nope.
For those who don't know, Jason's been having force
I need a new
feedback
pair of
issues
shorts
for the
already.
last couple months.
Yeah, sorry. I have no force feedback, and I don't know how to fix it, so I'm just gonna go. I don't know.
We're going to go back and replay that. He started rolling off and then like a hard, oh, the wheel cut on him. It turned off and the truck made a hard turn to the left with the brakes on. About collected Joseph. Whew. Nolan has a task ahead of him. He says he does not have force feedback. So let's see what happens here as he's getting back in line.
He was enabling his grip hat.
Again, the 29 and 48 on the front row here.
I'm scared. We'll see how this goes.
Start of the race is on the flag.
Please don't do that again.
I didn't do it. It did it on its own. I don't know what's going on.
Green flag.
All right, green flag is out. Good start by the 48. Gets a jump, and he may be clear. He is clear on the 29. Turn one's going to be treacherous here.
Yeah, we'll see how long he can stay out there.
Yeah, I don't know how Nolan's doing it with no force feedback.
Oh, I mean, I did it for a year when I had my Logitech. when the league first started, and
I did it at Rockingham
and I didn't get Ford Feastback.
the Xfinity car, and that was a pain. It's so hard after you've practiced and done it one way, and then here you go, you're lined up with something else.
Oh, we got a spinner.
Oh, he did not hit the wall.
There?
Trevor was able to lock it down and not hit the wall. Trevor.
Looks like he may have gotten a little bit of help because he's got a little bit of right rear damage.
No, that would have been after the fact. He was already loose, spun, and the 8 of Edwin James was coming by. It looks like he may have just clipped him or net coated him because they did not make actual contact.
It probably was net coated. Yeah.
Yeah, Trevor was way to the side, and Edwin went higher to miss him, and it looks like it net coated it. Let's check the front of the 8
and net
truck.
coated.
Looks like the front of the 8 truck is okay. I don't see anything on my end. Maybe a little bend in that. No, that looks to be right. Yeah, it looks okay. Let's see, did it give him... Oh, it did. It gave him 2X for the contact. So, Netcode definitely reached out and grabbed him. Nolan down pit road. Maybe going to try to park it, exit his truck, get back in, see if he can get some force feedback. I know that rhythm too well.
Yeah, it doesn't look like there's any damage on that 8 Toyota there.
Alright, so still another great start by the 48 to Andrew Groves. He started second, got a really good jump on the start, got the lead. Todd Smith even got a good jump there, and Todd's up 2 spots. He started on the outside of row 2, and he is up to second. So the outside line looked preferred here. Too bad we don't have the choose in this series anymore, because you know everybody be choosing that outside
Choose on this time?
That's funny.
Wrong league.
You know what's crazy, Todd? I was just talking about that after watching that that start and how the outside line was so dominant. I was like, man, too bad we don't have the restart lane anymore.
I've been gone so long, I thought that was still a thing. Like I genuinely thought about it for a second. I don't think it was the outside line, Jason.
Fair enough.
Here, stopped on the back. Never mind. He just, yeah, he stopped here on the back.
Ouch, that front end's doing crazy stuff.
Let's go, guys. Don't do anything for me. I was just trying to figure it out without losing a lot.
More equipment
Well,
problems.
hopefully he didn't unplug it back in, because that definitely would have messed it all up.
Well, I can't recall the brand of the wheel he has, but I know there's
green
people that have had
flag.
problems with the contacts with like the Fanatec's and stuff like that, but I can't remember. Does he have a Sim Magic wheel? I can't remember.
Yes, he has the Sim Magic Alpha.
Okay. Good restart here for the 48 as he was in control of that restart. Gets clear, the 66, and now the 29's underneath Todd. And they're going to go side by side here down the backstretch. We've got side by side action down through the back of the field. See, right now I don't feel too bad for where Nolan's at. He's out of the storm and he's able to run by himself. That might be the best thing. And these guys getting side by side and have another truck get loose here could ruin somebody's night. Let's ride along with Mr. Klein on the roof cam here. He's got the 16 and the 230 right in front of him here. All the different lines these guys are running. New Hampshire is known for that. You can run multiple grooves here. Just again with that semi-progressive banking, as you'd want to call it. The lower you go, the less banking there is.
Yeah, it's almost Martinsville, the lower you go.
Yep.
Almost flat. Pretty sure that first groove is actually completely flat. And then the second groove is where it actually starts progressing upwards.
Yeah, the first group is
A lot of
a nightmare.
A lot of people prefer that second groove or higher because it does have that banking, so you're able to plant the car a little bit harder, a little bit tighter.
Well, as we were talking about right before the race started, we thought the 14 was going to be the guy that was having mechanical or technical issues tonight as he just put his rig back together, but looks like that's carried over to his teammate in the 84. The 14 holding on strong here, running 7th. Battling the 82 though as he loses a spot as 82 goes to the inside of him. Again, right now these stage points are going to be important for these guys. Certainly the 80, the 33, the 8, and the 14. That's going to determine how much of a jump some of these guys make between those 4 drivers that I think are battling for 3 spots. One of them is not going to make it. I feel like the 16 has got enough of a buffer where he should be safe as long as he can make it to the end of the race. But yeah, Edwin, Trevor, Mark, and Joseph are the 4 fighting for the 3 final spots. Those are the ones we've got to keep our eyes on tonight. I feel like the 84, as long as I mean, he'll get credited even if he was to exit the race right now. He'd get credited with 11th place. I think that's enough points to safely put him in.
Yeah, I don't see that there'd be too much of a big net loss. While we're talking about it, we got the 82. He seems to be a little squirrely there in the corners.
Yeah, he showed that in practice.
3 or 4.
Yep. Oh, see the 14 there underneath the 230. Turn 3. Gets clear. Gains a position back to 7th. You see Trevor, he had that spin. I don't know if he changed tires. Let's see, I'm going to scroll up. No, he did not even go down pit road. So, okay. So we know Trevor's tires are a little bit more worn. Oh, we see the 230 into the wall at a turn 2. Trevor looks to the inside. Uh-oh. Joseph blinked. It's a Starlink thing.
Yep, but he's back. He wasn't gone for very long, so. And 230s to the back bumper of Trevor there.
Up front, we still have Andrew Groves leading. He's got just over a half a second lead over Todd Smith. Right behind Todd, 3 truck lengths back is Michael Kennedy, and then a little bit further back you have Edwin James in 4th. He's got the 82 of Brian Hayberger, though, closing in on him.
Yeah, he made a good pass there on the 16. 16 looked like he got a little tight coming out of 2, tapped the wall, middle backstretch. And the 82 was able to drive on the inside, right on pass.
82 is utilizing that bottom line in 1 and 2 there. I always like getting the left side tires in the trucks down there. I don't like the whole truck down there. I just like the left sides. It helps rotate the truck when it gets tight. These guys are using, like the 82, put all 4 down there again in turn 4.
Well, we'll see if it works out for him.
Seems to
biggest
be
thing is
closing
keeping
in on the 8.
Yeah, I mean, it may be good now, but we'll see how it goes here in
yeah, another 20 laps.
20 laps or so.
Right, as these tires get
He
warm,
may have burned those tires off.
We were seeing good drop-offs of close to 2 seconds over a 40-lap run in these trucks. So definitely got to keep the
sometimes
tires
it's good to be. Sometimes it's good to be the guy in the back. Just run your line, be consistent, and then pounce there coming to green and white.
Getting pretty tight up front.
Especially
Todd
when you're
is
fighting
taking
for
a look
points.
to the inside. He's there. He slides.
He pushed up a little bit, middle of the corner.
Yeah, he got tight. He's still able there. He's there. They're going to drag race down the front stretch into turn 1 here.
I think the person that's going to reap the best right here is going to be Kennedy, though.
Looks like Todd may get clear here. Oh, he's sideways. Yep, he had to catch it. So he's going to give up some momentum. These guys racing side by side, like you said, bringing the 29 even closer.
But three truck battle here in a second.
Great side by side racing by both of these drivers.
And it's bringing the 8 in a little bit closer, too.
Oh, Todd gets a little tight in the center. What a great battle. Andrew hanging it hard up there on the outside, not wanting to give it up, but he pushes up into the 5th lane a little bit almost. It's dirty
Yeah, but
up
that's
there.
going to give him that drive off the corner, though.
Yep, carry that momentum off the corner exit. Does a great job to get clear of the 66 at the end of the front stretch.
Yeah, but at 66 being on that lower line, he's going to have that better entry. But Andrew will have him on the exit, especially when it looks like Todd's spinning the tires a little bit,
Yeah,
coming
he's
off the
losing
corners.
grip. He's losing grip.
Yep.
He's going for a slide job. Not clear. Oh, now he does get clear. He had to overdrive it into 3.
Hell yeah.
That was fun.
Hell yeah,
66
boy,
to the
kept it
lead.
clean.
Drivers approve.
Wait
Good
for
racing.
me.
Nolan doesn't approve. He wants to be up there too.
Yeah, Noah's doing all he can, but those leaders are closing in on him.
They are. At least lap
He's still
time
8
wise,
seconds ahead of the leader.
He's still got enough of a gap where I don't think they'll. It'll be tough, but I think if he can just put down some solid 31.9s right now, he should be okay. His last lap was a little bit slower though. He did put down a 32.1. If he runs laps like that, he will get caught by the leader. So he's got to make up a little bit more speed here.
Yeah, he's doing all he can to nurse him. Nurse that no force feedback.
Do that again and see what you did.
I'm sure I will.
It's okay. We saw it.
And the gap from Kennedy to Edwin has increased just a little bit now that everybody's gotten back single file.
Yeah, Edwin's about a tenth slower than the leaders right now. But it looks like Kennedy's going to be able to maybe put some pressure on the 48 here soon, as the 48 is falling back to him just a little bit.
Yeah, he's running about 2/10 faster than what Andrew is.
Fastest lap last time by was the 29 truck. This lap, it's going to be the 66.
Yeah, that time he was a 10th slower than Andrew, so
Same
they're
lap
right
time.
there.
I'll have to keep an eye on the 16. He's able to run that lap time as well, 31.87. And the 16 is back in 6th, and he is on the back bumper, on the tailgate of that 82.
Oh, that 82 just pushed it way high, almost into the wall there.
I think that was on purpose.
16's going to go by him.
I think he was trying to get out of the way of a playoff driver. He really didn't even want to race tonight because he didn't want to impede on the points for the playoff drivers. So
we need a wild card, man. Need a wild card for everything.
I know Ivan didn't come tonight. We were counting on you, Ivan. If you're watching at home, we're missing you, brother. All right, move the 16 up to 5th. That puts him right back where he started the race.
82 went all the way down. The left side's under the apron there.
66 is stretching this lead out over a second. He's running his last lap, both past 2 laps, 31.79s. Those are really good laps for how far they end in this run. Nobody else is in that window. Everybody's a tenth off or more. Nolan is getting in trouble though. Nolan is running 32.2s. There's a 32.0, but he's given up 4/10 a lap, and we are on lap 27.
Yeah, we're about halfway through this first stage.
Yeah, we're Starting
Next
to be
time
able
by,
to
we'll
see
definitely
Nolan
be
on
halfway.
camera. Todd's out to 1.3. Andrew, then Michael. Michael's kind of fallen off after catching up to the back of Andrew. Although Andrew just had a mistake out of turn 4 there.
Yep, and the 16 is closing in on Edwin there.
Yep, super close battle here for 4th. We got Waffle House against IHOP.
Yeah, I think all Waffle House has that beat every time.
Well, these are the two drivers that love to go back and forth about Waffle House and IHOP. I voted Waffle House.
Waffle House is the best. I'm sorry. I like to go watch for fights.
Yeah, the entertainment value can't be beat. You don't get that at IHOP.
Nah, and the food's a little bit greasier too, so it's great for a hangover. Oh, as Edwin got on the wall there, coming out of 2.
Waffle House fighting with the wall. Come on now.
You're supposed to throw chairs, man. Throw a chair at the IHOP.
Ooh, the 16 gets real close to the wall out of turn 4. They're both battling for that wall.
Yeah, I think he net coated the wall. I heard it scrape a little bit. Oh, he's to the bumper.
Yeah, he
there
is.
in 1.
He is right
Back
there.
to the bumper. He is right there. Edwin can't afford to make a mistake.
I think in that position, you almost have to protect the higher line to kind of prevent the truck from behind you from getting that full exit out of the corner. If you give him the high,
Yeah,
then you kind of get beat on that one. So we'll see what the 8 does here, since he seems to be running that 3rd lane. So he's saying, hey, if you really want it, you can go up to the 4th lane, but it's a tough pass up there.
Yeah, or you can burn up your tires by trying to go under me.
See the back half of the field just kind of spread out a little bit. The 82's
these
run
two are
is
slowly.
stopped.
Oh, they're slowly catching up to the back there of Kennedy.
Yep. Joseph's
Seems like Kennedy's got a better drive off though.
Nate Brooker's back a little bit. Trevor again on those tires that have spun one time. He's trying to hold on in 9th. Mark Owlett, good run for him speed-wise tonight. He's 10 seconds off the lead, but only a couple seconds off of Trevor here. Really holding on as best he can on that truck. So great showing for Mark tonight. And then Nolan. I don't know. Maybe at the pace he's going, we're coming close to what 23 to go. Maybe he can hold off. He's putting down. He's still a couple tenths slower than the leader, but he's not. He hasn't lost a ton of time yet, so we'll see how hard Todd pushes to maybe try to put him a lap down. But even then, you go a lap down, he'd be the only one a lap down when the stage came out and still get the lucky dog. So
16's back to Edwin's bumper there.
let's jump on.
He was running a higher groove, but
Yep, he's starting to look higher now. He was running that 3rd groove. Edwin's moved down to the 2nd groove. Both of them exit about the same. See those trucks so unhappy on corner exit. Just tight, 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 and then loose.
yep, as that progressive bacon comes back to the flat.
Still right to the back bumper of that Waffle House truck. And that 82 is right there behind the 16 as well, isn't he? He let the 16 by, but he has stayed right with them through this. Great run by him.
16's playing like Sylvester and Tweety there.
Trying trying
Edwin's
to chase
there,
that
Tweety,
bird.
Sylvester trying to chase him down.
Oh, he got tight there. Yep, little scrape into the wall. Kudos these guys keeping the right fronts from not getting just tore up into the wall so far, as this is a long run now. Again, we had that early caution for the Trevor Benz spin, and that has put us at, I mean, that was lap 3, so, or lap 2, so I mean, it was really early on. This is a 33 lap run now. We're on straight green flag racing. Yeah, this battle is getting even closer here. Just second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth is starting.
Oh,
to
Edwin
catch
just
back
got
up
in
a
the
little
wall.
bit. Yep, little scrape there for him. 16, really no run there, so didn't lose too much speed for the 8. I wanted to call it the 46. It's been the 46 for 20 years. I've known him. He's throwing me off with this number change.
Yeah, he hit it kind of square, so it didn't take too much off of him.
Checking with Trevor.
They've definitely shrunk that gap between Canada and that group of guys.
Yeah, they are.
Andrew's kind of checked out a little bit from Kennedy. Todd's over here running almost 3 seconds faster than everybody else.
Yeah, he's got a 3/10 gap, and he's able to hold that. Like, I've been waiting to see if his truck would start to fade a little bit and maybe come back to the field. And so far in this run, it hasn't. So that is a good thing to note for later on in this race. Certainly that last stage that's a little bit longer than the first 2. '48 truck does look good. I love that first gear racing on it. Be better if it was a Chevy, but that's okay.
Yeah, that's all right. They all can't run the same truck.
It's a good-looking Toyota.
I mean, I would say that's kind of second to the Waffle House Toyota. That's two trucks behind them.
Right.
Not a fan of Toyotas, but man, that Waffle House makes me want to wake up early in the morning and go get some Waffle House before work.
Back here in this battle for 4th and 5th, and even 3rd with Michael Kennedy right there. This is a really tight battle between the 29, the 8, and the 16. They're not giving up on each other here, so I feel like we still got 13 laps left to go in this stage. Oh, as the 16 uses the apron.
Oh yeah, he used the apron.
That was,
I thought
he lost time
there.
I thought he actually had a move. He did that in practice. He's really the only one I've seen use the apron at all, and I felt like his times were slower, and it showed there as he lost a little bit of time to the 8. There's just no grip down there. You can't get the power down like you think like you want to. You just won't. The truck won't allow it.
Yeah.
But the 8 is getting close to the side of the 29. He is running a totally different line now to try to run a little bit lower than the 29 in the center of the corner. He gives it up on the straightaway though. The 29 is able to power off and use that momentum. There we go. Now the 16 runs higher. That's what I expect. 16 is going to get up there and say, hey, if you're going to run low, I'm going to run higher than you and try to get to your outside. Use that momentum.
And it's worth noting something happened to Joseph Klein on the exit of 2 on lap 38 or 39. He was slow in the corner and he dropped all the way to the apron and almost stopped, which put the 230 now in front of him. I wonder what happened there.
Well, he didn't have contact with anything, so that's good. But yeah, maybe an issue with the system or something he had to get fixed. The only other note of contact I have so far was on lap 36. Trevor had a 2X, so pretty hard hit with the wall with
Yeah.
the right front would be my guess.
Probably.
And so that's it. Other than the netcode contact with the Trevor already spinning and Edwin hitting him, those are the only marks of contact in this race so far. Super clean race. Alright, so the 8 has pulled away from the 16 a little bit. The 29 has pulled away from the 8 a little bit. We've all kind of accordioned back out. Again, there's
Yep.
the 230.
Trevor did make a little bit of contact with the wall. He's got a little bit of right front damage. Not too bad though. Wheel straight.
And he did get, he still has that right rear damage from that netcode from that spin earlier too. He got the bad end of that too on the back of his truck. Nolan has a half a straightaway lead over Todd. We're under 10 laps to go on the stage. I think he'll be okay. Todd though.
Yeah, and everybody's, you can definitely tell the tire fall off because everybody's starting to spread way out.
Last time by, Andrew had Todd by a tenth. Definitely starting to make up a little bit on him. Let's see here.
Got about 2 tenths.
Half
Oh,
a tenth
still
there.
about.
Yep, just a half a tenth.
Yeah. It looks
Andrew
like
is the fastest guy on the track, or no, Nate was last time by 32:07.
yeah, it looks like Andrew's doing a high arc, entering almost to the wall and just arcing it down to the bottom, coming out of the corner. He's 8 into the lead a little bit. About 2.5 seconds behind Todd right now.
Next time by, we'll have 5 laps left in the stage. Field is pretty well spread out, as you can tell on the track map. Closest battle right now is going to be that 16 and the 8 truck still are the closest. Gap by about a half a second. Nate Brooker is catching Brian Hayberger for 6th. 7 tenths back. That's a close battle. Could be getting a little bit closer as we end the stage here. But the 16 using the apron again in the 1. All of the apron. Holy cow. And he loses a tenth in one corner. That bottom is not working.
He's trying, but yeah, like you said, it's not really working for him.
Now he uses it on the exit of 4, and it looked like he gained. Yes, he gained on Edwin there. Edwin had a bad 3 and 4, and the 16 really made it work by rotating and cutting back down and getting a straight off exit. See if he does it here. Turn 2. Nope, he doesn't come down
He
all the
get
way.
close there in 2, but
He's coming.
he
The
tried to
8.
put that power down, but he wiggled a little bit.
The 8 is in trouble.
See if he does it again here in 3 and 4.
Yep. Down
Yep,
to
he's
the
going to do it
apron.
again here in 3 and 4. Makes up a little bit, but when he puts that power down, it gets him a little light there in the back.
I'm just wondering how hard do these guys fight for this one stage point. The 8 is trying to collect as many points as he can to be safe. The 16 is technically safe as long as he makes it through the race and gets stage points, which he's in line to do. A top 5 for the first stage. How hard do these guys battle for this?
As we come 2 to go, pit road is now closed. Still got a long way in this race, so I don't see anybody trying to use the chrome horn right now, but it's not a unlikely possibility.
Here we go. Oh man, he's right to his bumper. 1 to go. He's to
He's
the
on
inside.
the inside going into turn 1. Pushes up though.
The 8 is back. He backed off in the center. I don't think he wants to challenge it too much, but then he gets a good run off the exit. So now they're side by side into 3. 16 stays low. He's going to try to undercut, but he's going to have such a bad exit. But the 8 couldn't get the power down. The 16 with the pass using the apron
Caution.
and across the line.
Caution.
Holy
Let's try about the car
cow.
real quick.
Good move by the 16. Great drive.
And when that took me like 35 laps to get you.
Yes,
And it
sir.
did. We watched the whole thing. That was the best racing, closest racing we had on track for the second half of that stage. Was those two drivers right there. Heck of a drive by both of them. So that's going to give us
Good stage
Todd
win,
Smith
Todd.
the stage win. So the 66
Hey, thank you. I'll take that one. You were hell.
stage one
Thought you were coming there.
winner.
And it looks like Nolan actually passed
I found something, and then you found the
past
same
Mark,
thing.
so Nolan got that last stage point.
Yeah, I had to move it around a little bit when I saw
Yeah.
you found
Wow.
something there.
Great drive by Nolan to get that last stage point there.
I'm not faster. I just got to fight. Just try to stabilize it.
Field has caught the pace truck in turn 3.
That was good racing there for the pass, though.
And we're going to see pit stops.
Oh, hell yeah, for sure, man. Good shit.
Apologize for the language. Not really. It's just Todd Smith. That's how he talks.
Still coming down pit road.
See if we can get a better shot. There we go.
Todd in that number 4 pit.
Oh, the 33 slides into his box, but I think he hit it on the money. He did.
Yeah, he
Great
hit it
slide
on the money.
job by the 33. 66 gets down first, and he's going to win the race off pit road.
That was a close one.
Make sure we don't have any black flags popping up for speeding. Looks like everything is good. And let's see, looks like Joseph and Nolan will be the last two to exit off pit road here. So right there, how many points did Joseph get for that stage? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that would have been 3 points. So the 14 gets 3 points and the 80 gets none. And that puts him, they are 5, 6, 7, 8 apart. It's a 5-point gap between Mark and Joseph. And Trevor got one less point than Joseph too, so that even tightens that up. Because Trevor was only 3 points ahead of Joseph, so they're all still in a really, really tight battle. It's going to come down to the end. Todd Smith on the inside here for the restart. He'll be in control when we hit the restart zone.
Green flag.
There he goes. Green is out. Stage 2 has begun.
Good launch. Got a good launch shot. Got about 3 truck lengths ahead.
Michael Kennedy gets side by side here with the 48 of Andrew Groves. Oh, he gets loose on the inside though. The 8 is under attack. 230 and the 14 are going to get by maybe. The 14 to the high side here, the 8. Cuts up in front of the 84 going down the front stretch here. Great side-by-side battling for position. Oh, the 8, he catches it. Still stays side-by-side with the 14. 14 goes for the crossover into 3. Is he going to make it stick? Oh, he had to let off a little bit, so the 8 has the momentum coming off of 4. Here comes the 33. Where does he go? Side by side through 1 and 2. The 8 should have momentum off the corner exit and gets clear. 14 splits right up the track in between the 8 and the 33. Here comes Trevor. He got himself he's equal on tires with the field now. Gets to the inside of the 14. Side by side. 33 gets loose, had to catch it up the track, let off, and did not collect anybody, but he's going to lose a spot to the 84. And the 82 is to his inside. A tight battle right there. Trying to get clear of Trevor here. Brian and Trevor side by side. Looks like the 82 kind of backed off and just had a lower entry there, trying to just keep it down. 33 should have the momentum off the corner here, and does. And Nate Brooker's up to P5. Alex Fuller worked hard to get that P4 at the end of stage 1, and he is restarted, and he is in P4, and he is chasing further up as he is at the rear bumper of the 29 truck for 3rd. Oh, the 82 spins. See it in the background here.
Caution's out.
Didn't hit anything.
There you go.
Good
Be ready
save.
with that brake cleaning stuff, guys. Your blower, because they're going to drop down some oil dragger, I'm
gets
sure.
Another one. All right, caution out here on lap 67.
Pace car off too.
Yeah, it just looks like he throttled up a little too hard and spun it. Right there.
Now,
Quarter
with
way
these
through
guys
turn 2.
having so many sets of tires, does anybody dare take a set now? Still got 4 sets in the pits. We're gonna call it.
Yeah, that'll be a good question.
We're gonna call it the Crandall. That was his rule change halfway through the season to go from 3 sets to 5. So
We'll see.
It opens
We got
the
a
door
couple
here.
people coming.
Yep. Here they come.
Fake out from Andrew. Fake out from the 16.
The 29 says, "I'll take
29, 14, and the 82.
Yeah, the 82 spun. He's like, I gotta have tires. Give me tires anyways. It's an extra. It's really an extra 2 sets. I mean, you got room to play with it.
And we know you can run a full stage on a set of tires. So, I mean, with an extra set, if I spun, I would take a set, just so I don't have a hot upset tires.
Yep.
But I mean, for the guys who are up front, me personally, I wouldn't take tires unless you didn't take tires on the stage.
Well, right. We look at the guys that did the 29 car. He's basically locked in to the next round with where he's at in the standings. A race win gets you more points, right, to carry on. Even a stage win at this point, because we're still racing to the end of stage 2. And Todd has been the fastest one all night. You haven't been able to beat him on equal tires. So maybe, even just their 12 lap fresher tires, 10 lap fresher tires. Maybe that's enough to have an edge to catch up. I think it would be better if it was like a 20 lap gap, but 10 laps is still a lot on these tires. I'm excited to watch the 29 come from the back. He's been fast all night. fastest in practice, sat on the pole. Now he's just got four rows of trucks in front of him, though, on this restart.
Yeah. But those guys that just took tires, I mean, they've got to be careful now because they definitely have cold tires. So, see if 82 takes it a little bit easier this time. Because I think that's what it was. Is he put the power down a little too much with cold tires.
Green flag.
Unsettled.
All right, we've restarted. And 66 gets another great jump. 14 dives it into turn 1.
It wouldn't turn.
33 gave a shot there on the restart to Edwin. Trying to get him to go faster.
Oh man, we got almost 3 wide,
Man,
3 wide,
four
4 wide.
3 wide coming off. Oh, close.
Tight, super tight. Todd has pulled out
This
the
is the race
6
that we all like right there.
Yeah, I know, right? 3 wide again. Oh, Trevor almost. He
My
may
fault,
have
Mark.
raised
Was
it.
trying to save my truck.
Oh, 14 to the inside. Oh, can he get
Pushing
the
up,
drive
though.
off? Can he get the drive off? It puts him ahead of the. It puts him ahead of the 29 and the 82. The 14 is the furthest up on fresh tires. Here comes the 29 though. Dives it down into turn 1, trying to go lower than everybody else. Yeah, the speed difference there's not enough difference in 10 laps for these guys to really make a clear difference with them right now. You have a little bit more grip in the bottom, but it's not a lot. That track is treacherous.
Yeah, and I think a lot of those guys, they were testing it out, see if it was worth it.
Double checking current weather. Track temp is down to 104. It did start at 113, so we have seen a little bit of a drop.
You think that wall was there, huh?
Joseph
Just
just ran
did it,
his
dude.
fastest lap at a 30.9.
So did the 82 and the 80. 3 trucks ran their fastest laps that lap. We're going to see it. I mean, it's only a tenth better than Todd right now, but Joseph has the fresher tires by 10 laps. He's stretched out a gap on the 29. Again, Joseph's got to get some stage points to really give himself a chance at this. So I think it was a good call
Looks
for
like
him.
he's going to make that pass, but he's still stuck on the inside. He's making his way through.
Yeah, to the inside of
Picking
the
him off.
16. That's for P3, and he's clear.
He's got.
Oh no, he's got the 4. Ooh, that was close. Oh, the 230's in the wall.
230 just got the wall. Doesn't look like he got any damage, but he was definitely in the wall.
Here comes the 29 doing the same move on the 16 that the 14 did, and he's going to get clear. So 3rd and 4th, fresh tires. Oh, the 16 hard into the wall.
And Joseph's getting there to Andrew's inside, and he's doing all he can not to push up and
There
turn
it is.
Andrew.
I think he's got him. Yeah, he's got the drive off the
He's gonna
corner.
Get him this time.
Great move by Joseph to get to P2. These guys are trying to make hay while they can. Here comes the 29 to do the same thing. He's going to get clear of the 48. And they are catching Todd. 2/10 faster than Todd the last lap by, and they were busy passing trucks. So those new tires are paying off for these guys. And another
Because
20 laps or
everybody
so
else
to
who didn't
equalize.
take tires, they're trying to nurse those tires so they don't.
29's not done. He knows he needs to get by the 14 if he wants to be in front. So they battle at 1 and 2. Then he gets back in line down the backstretch, but then he sees another chance, dives down underneath the 14. Slide job, slide job.
Slide up in front of him.
14 with
But
the
he's going to
crossover.
come back. The 14's going to come back under.
Side by side at the
Now
line.
the 14 set up better. Better for 1 and 2.
Just don't overdrive it. You got a good chance of getting the position back.
Yep.
29, not going to be able to
He's going to
cross
slide
over.
right on up in there.
There we go. Great racing. Really good racing by these guys.
Yes, great racing.
29 goes for the dive again. 14 hangs on
They're
his
still
right.
catching Todd.
They are while they're battling. It's crazy.
Yeah, while they're swapping positions right there, they're back and forth, and they're still catching Todd.
Alex Fuller.
They're all-
Oh, it's tricking on me. It says he entered pit lane. So that means Alex Fuller is using the apron. It tricks the system and tells me
Yes.
that he was entering pit lane, but it's just because he's using the apron.
Yep, because he's getting underneath that orange box there,
Yeah.
which is the commitment cone. Surprised it's not throwing him a black flag yet.
It won't for the cone. If he hits that second cone, the yellow cone, he would. He
Yeah,
would.
that actual pit road
Yep.
cone.
Yep.
But it's far enough forward that
Michael Kennedy passed Joseph and checked out on him, and he is to the rear bumper. See the
Andrew
48?
just got on the wall out of
he got on the
2.
wall. The 16's getting by.
33's looking to the inside of him. See if
Oh,
Trevor's got the...
Todd got
Nope.
tight out of 4, scrubbed the
Trevor's
wall.
got-
29 to the inside.
82's on the inside of the 33.
New leader, 29,
33's
Michael
gonna have him
Kennedy.
here.
It's on lap 81.
Oh, Trevor got hard out of 2. He's going to give the 82 a good side draft. You can't really call it a side draft here, but
Hey, it still is. They're going fast enough.
oh, that was a tight crossover.
Yeah, it was. He came up with inches in between those trucks.
And we all know how Trevor drives. Trevor won't back now. But I'm
The
sure
82's
Trevor had to
got those fresher
check up
tires,
just
though.
a little bit.
Yeah, Trevor's got to understand too.
Yes.
The 82 has fresher tires. You don't want to burn your stuff up battling that. You got trucks
Yeah.
around you on equal tires. You got to worry about more than somebody's got 10 lap fresher tires. Michael Kennedy is
Now
pulled out to
82's taking a look at the
17th.
inside of the 48. A2's cleared the 48. Now he's going to work on that 16.
82 was more patient on the early start of that run, and I think it's going to pay off. I think we'll see him up to 3rd here by the end of the stage at the way it's going. Maybe 4th. I don't think Todd's going to have as much fall off. Ooh, into the wall as I say that.
Hey, Brian, you can go high.
And Alex has already told Brian, go on by, go high. Alex knows what it
I'm gonna
is.
try to run that line mostly, so.
See the 82 closing in on the back of the 16 here. Looks to the inside. Looks like a couple laps ago, Nate Brooker tried the Alex Fuller line in 3 and 4 and got tagged for entering and leaving pit road too. Trevor is in 7th, Nolan to 8th, Nate Brooker to 9th, Edwin James to 10th. Mark Owlett is the dog out right now with no points to get.
Sorry,
in
I'm
the
better on the
stage.
bottom.
No, you're fine.
Battle for second starting to get a little bit closer. Let's catch on board with Joseph Klein right on the roof. Props to Todd. He has been the fastest truck so far this race. He has shown to be able to carry decent long run speed. He's taken care of his tires enough to where 10 lap newer tires in the 29 was able to pass him, but the 14 hasn't had that speed yet tonight. And he caught him, but he hasn't been able to pass him yet. '29 and the 66 almost ran identical lap times the last time by. fastest truck on the track was Mr. Hayberger in the 82. Let's see, this time by, same thing. First and second almost identical. Third, fourth, fifth. Top 5 all running 31.7s. Sounds like Todd maybe still making love with that wall. Lets it roll through the center. Oh, gets the 66 is getting too close to the wall. I don't know if he's hitting it every time, but the net code is showing that he's got to be right on it. And one hard tag in the wall, you get wheel damage, and that truck's going to be a totally different beast to drive.
Yeah.
Now Todd tries a different line. He's trying to cut it low. He's trying to do what he did at the end of stage 1. Enter high, let it roll through the center and cut low and exit low to kind of keep it away from the wall. 14 tries to mimic it, going even lower. They both get about the same drive off that time. A little bit of gain here. 29 trucks and props. He is stretching it out. 1.7 second lead. Again, we got to go to lap 110.
Yeah, 110.
20
110 is the end of second stage. Fuller's doing everything he can to kind of stay there with Hayberger, but he's losing out. Everybody's starting to spread back out again.
Yep, the spread has happened. Again, Brian Hayberger is up to 4th. Alex Fuller 6th, real close to the wall there. Andrew Groves, or Alex 5th. Andrew 6th. Trevor's in 7th. Nolan 8th, looking for 7th. So
looks like the 14
battle.
is going to make a move on the 66, but he's not going to get there.
Catch back up with this real quick because he had gotten to his inside there for a minute. See if he tries it again here.
Yeah, he did.
See, there he goes to the inside. Going to prevent
Gonna
the
be
66
close.
from coming down. But the
Oh, you
66
got to
has the
wiggle.
momentum. Yeah, the 66 staying up high is keeping that momentum too. It's going to be really hard. He's almost got to let the
there he goes
66
again,
come down in front
inside.
of him. Oh, good run for both. Nope, 14 had to let off a little bit. You could tell he was getting tight.
Yeah. And he didn't want to put too much power down because he's been wiggling coming out of the corner, so fall off starting to show.
Well, as they
Starting
battle,
to show for everybody besides Kennedy.
as they battle, there's another truck coming. That 82 is still putting down 31.9s, faster than the leader.
$31.7 that time by.
He is coming.
He is
Almost
coming.
press that wee button.
Todd's always got the funniest things to say.
Another truck that's putting down really good lap times right now is the 16 Alex Fuller. He's put down constant 31.7, 31.8 the past 3 laps. He is using all of that apron in turn 4 too, and making it work. 31.7, fastest truck of the 16 that time by. 82 still 2/10, 3/10 faster than the trucks in front of him, so he is almost there, and they are battling. Joseph right up to the inside of Todd here. They got really close out of 2.
Joseph may be able to make it this time.
There it is. He's got to be clear. He's got to go. Got to stick it. Got to stick it. Got to see it all the way up. He does, shuts the door.
Yep, there he goes. But the
P2
82's
from
right there as
squad.
well.
See if Joseph can do something still, if he was being held back or if he burned his stuff up, because the 82 and the 14 still on the same tires strategy as the 29 that's leading.
Todd gets in the wall a little bit.
We're going to have a wedding during one of our off weeks for Todd and the wall. We're going to get married.
That's every track. He's gonna have so many weddings he's gonna have to go to, be a part of.
I think the 82 is going to be able to get to 14 here. He definitely seems to have the faster truck
I
of
think
the two.
he is. Seems like he's got a better drive off.
He's got the bottom working
But
for
because
him.
he's got that inside line. Yeah, he's got that inside line though, so he's not able to put down the power as much as
he drove
the
it
outside.
in there. He
But he
drove
definitely got
in.
it that time.
Yeah. He's got a better truck right
He's
now.
definitely got him there.
He's got a really good truck on the bottom. That he said it earlier when Alex told him to go high and go by him, and he said, "Nah, I'm better on the bottom." It shows right there. He is super good on that bottom.
Yep. But don't count out Alex. Alex is sitting there closing it in.
He's still running really good lap times.
Starting to reel in that group.
He was the fastest truck last time by. Again, at this point, Alex is safe on points at this time. It's really down to the 4 drivers we were talking about earlier. The 80, the 8, the 33, and the 14. And right now the 14 is pulling out all the stops. And if he can finish this stage in a top 3 spot, that's 8 points, right? 8
Ooh,
points
Alex just got on the wall hard.
Ooh, no contact though. Didn't
Sorry,
get an
caught
X.
you there.
That's good. No, you're good. You're good. Yeah, that truck got scary there on the outside too.
Yeah, he hit that rear end, that left or the right rear. President sent him around.
That slows him down.
Other
just a
tracks he
little
would
bit.
have.
Yeah, he lost 3/10 that lap just with that. Brian Hayberger is faster than the leader by a tenth. I don't think he's got the time to catch him. He's 2 seconds back with 10 laps to go. But that 82 is coming. .14 got by the 66, but has not been able to pull away.
Seen a lot of flames coming out of these pipes. Seems like some of these drivers are downshifting.
They talked about it in practice.
Either that, they're lifting hard.
Yeah, I think it's lifting hard. I think practice showed that it didn't help with the downshift here. But they could be. I wouldn't be surprised, because get the drive off of the corner, but it's going to be loose. It'll help loosen the truck if you're tight. So I mean, I guess there is an advantage to it if it's at the right speed. These guys are, we're sitting at a second. Yeah, just over a second off of what their best laps have been so far. So you've got that fall off of just over a second. So these guys are probably trying to get the best out of it that they can. They saw what their tires were at the end of that first stage, so they know maybe if they have a little extra right rear to burn, maybe do it.
Yep, Fuller is downshifting. That's how he's able to drive on that bottom out of 3 and 4.
So Michael Kennedy, we're going to ride with him for a second, our leader. He's staying in 4th. Brand Hayberger is not. That is 3rd gear. Joseph Klein.
Right. That explains how those two are able to make those drives off of the corner.
Joseph is staying in 4th. Todd is staying in 4th.
I just counting. Look, counting.
Let's see, Alex. Yep, there's the shift to 3rd. Turns it down on the apron.
He's able to get it hooked up there.
Yeah, I think that's what he wasn't doing earlier. That's why he's doing it. That's why it's working now, is he's downshifting when he's on that apron.
Hank's staying in the... Oh, he's loose. Catches it, though.
Oh, I see the 84 back there in the background doing the same thing. There's a lot of drivers using that exit now. The 84, the 16, even the 33 is using that exit, that apron in turn 4 and getting credited with a pit in and out. So my pit counts are probably going to be crazy. Nope, it's not recording it. Good.
Yeah, I mean, Fuller just ran 0.8 faster than the leader.
I got him, he was only a half a tenth slower actually than the leader last lap. 32.2 to a 32.1. Joseph is under pressure. Pit road should be closing this time. Kyle Green connected and then manually disconnected. I just saw that. He came in late. How do you do that?
Alex, you have no idea how badly I want you to pass him.
Alex got a fan. Andrew. This is helping Joseph stay in third as these guys battling for fourths. 1 lap to go in stage 2. They're side by side for fourths.
And I think at the end of this lap, coming to the line, I think Alex will have Todd.
It's the same thing that he had to do at the end of stage 1 with Edwin. And he's doing it again with the 66. And the yellow comes out when 5th place crosses the line, and that's going to be one of these 2 drivers. 16 gets a good cut.
I think he's going to have them.
Side by side. Oh, he got him.
Keep it up there, golly.
Wow.
Good shit, everybody. Here we go.
Stage win for Michael
I
Kennedy.
knew I should have went and got tires, too. Yep. I didn't think they'd matter that much.
All 11 drivers that started the race, still in the race. All of them still on the lead lap. We've had 2 cautions for spins off of turn 2, 2 cautions for the stage breaks. Really good racing. New Hampshire is a night and day difference from when we were last here in the Next Gen Cup cars, when we had 38 cautions and 40 cars in the field. And it ended on time and not laps. So, thank you, New Hampshire, for showing us that it can be done. Trevor might be able to sleep tonight. All right, everybody's down pit road. See if the 29 can hold serve here. That was a good point gain for the 14. That's going to edge him in on points currently as they run.
I couldn't see my pit.
I think that's going to hurt the 80. No stage points for the 80 tonight. So right now the 80, I think, going to need something different. The 14 with a great pit stop. 16 with a great pit stop. Both gaining spots off pit road.
They might have taken right sides only.
No, full stops.
Nope, full stops. Yeah, they got some good stops.
Yeah, those are really good getting your box stops right there. Mr. Klein had a 13-second stop. Mr. Fuller had a 14.9-second stop. Brian Hayberger had a 15-second stop. I don't know how Joseph had such a faster stop other than if it was fuel related. Michael Kennedy had a 15.2 and held the lead. Todd Smith had a 14.6. Slowest stop there would have been Trevor, 18.1, and Mark had a 21-second stop.
Trevor may have had a longer stop trying to get a little bit of damage repaired.
Right, the boys knocked the right front out of it. Although it does show me here he has used his fast repair. He is the only driver that has used the fast repair, and I think that just happened. Doesn't tell me when, but it wasn't marked there earlier, so I think that was the stop for a fast repair too.
He may have accidentally used it too.
Alright, pace trucks in turn 4. Going to turn in here. We're going to restart stage 3 with the 29 of Michael Kennedy in the lead. He's in charge of this restart. Green is out. Good jump for the 29. Gets free of the 14. 14 comes down to block that 16, so he doesn't have to race them side by side into 1. Good restart for the top 3 there. Top 3 single file. 4th and 5th side by side.
Oh no!
No, we got an 82 spinning.
We got 3 spinning.
66. Oh, into the wall.
Status on your car there.
Man, I was off of it. I swear I don't feel like I touched you, but I guess I did.
Oh.
I don't know if it was neck code. Damn.
Well, let's go back and watch this one. We're going to have to get a better camera shot here. We'll slow-mo this here. 66 is underneath the 82. And he slides up just a bit.
Looked like, from my perspective,
into
he
the left
came
rear.
down and you went up at the same time.
Whoever needs to pass me on the high
The
side. I'm
84
staying on the
locks
bottom.
up, or was starting to slide himself. The 66 gets a tap and goes across the nose of the 48. 230 slides through the middle. So does the 33 and the 8. The 82 hard into the inside wall with his nose. Same with the 84. Let's rewind that, and we're going to go to a different camera view. Let's go jump on board with Andrew, and we're going to do the roof cam. We'll slow-mo this here. So the 82 is coming down from the 3rd lane across the hash lines in the middle of the corner, and now he's starting to slide back up.
Hey, Jason, does it look like I run up into him?
Yeah, from what I can see, it was really close racing. He came down in the center of the corner and was starting to come up, but you came up more. It looks like you got a little tight and just made contact with the right rear. I would say that's just racing, but yeah, I think you just came up into his left rear just a little bit there, Todd.
Yeah, my bad.
Yeah, just a little slide up.
Joseph with his.
What's that?
I said Joseph with his championship implications as always.
Yeah, even from Andrew's roof cam, you can see the 66 come up more than what the 82 and the 48 were doing. So, again, that's close racing. It's a restart. You're trying to get as much as you can. I don't think
Cold tires. This track's notorious for.
It's racing. We were
Yeah,
bound to
there's
have
damage
that
on the front end, so I'm going to see what happens here.
Alright, so that mixes things up a little bit. We've had stops on pit road, but no fast repairs used. We heard Todd over the radio. Says he's got some damage.
Fine on my screen.
And he's just going to try to roll with it here.
He's got a little bit of right front damage from that.
Brian Hayberger made a 55-second pit stop. Nolan did a 21 second. Andrew did a 26-second stop for damage. So Todd stayed out, it looks like. Didn't even go down pit road. So he's going to restart 4th here. Michael Kennedy, still your leader, in charge of this restart.
Green flag.
Green is out. Good start by the 29 again.
14 drops down. Kind of cut off the run from the bottom line.
Now Brian Hayberger is a lap down now.
He's got a lot to make up then. Hope for a caution.
29 and 14 have pulled out to a little bit of a gap here over the 16 and 66. 16 makes a lot of it up going down in turn 1 though. 29 runs low to let the 14 by. No. Something was weird about that exit of turn 2. Side by side, the 14 on the outside, tight on the 29. He's going to lead a lap. And he cuts down in front of the 29. Joseph says, I want this lead and I want to go. Best way to not worry about points is just to finish first. Then you don't have to chase anything because you know you got more points than the guys you're racing. And he's got the most stage points between the guys that have been on that, near that cut line tonight. So 14 doing what he's got to do. This is just going to be such a tight battle for this cut until the checkered flag falls. I'm going to be nervous about it until I click the button and actually get an update. Everybody single file down the backstretch. Joseph Klein, your leader. Michael Kennedy second. Alex Fuller third. Todd Smith fourth. Edwin James fifth. Trevor Benz sixth. Nolan Milne seventh. Andrew Groves eighth. Nate Brooker ninth. Mark Owlett 10th. Brian Hayberger is in 11th and 1 lap down after staying on pit road for repairs on that last caution. Again, with all the contact in that last caution, nobody used a fast repair there. So we've got, again, Todd we know is out there with some damage on his truck. He is holding serve and fourth at the current moment.
Nolan's doing really well. He's up to 7th with that no force feedback. Battling with Andrew right now.
Yep, side by side, the 48 and 84. 48 down on the inside. Gets clear. Ooh, comes up and shuts the door on Nolan there. Tight squeezes. I don't know, you know, respect is always there, right? But at some point at the end of this race, what we usually see in racing in real life, oh, the 48 gets sideways. What a save. Great job by the 84 not running him over. That was scary close.
Well, your truck might be down. Mine isn't.
Go up and wrecking for him saying that.
I love the playful banner that comes over the radio.
Right. But yeah, I don't remember what I was talking about now. But we see these, you know, these doors getting shut where there's patience and respect. Even in real life races, as you get closer to the end, that respect kind of goes away a little bit, and there's a little bit more aggression both ways. So have to be careful on watching that as we're counting down the laps now. We're at 49 laps to go in the race. When that door gets shut, does the car behind him actually just back off the throttle, or does he run in the back of him? And that looseness by Andrew kind of slowed that second group up a little bit. So Andrew in 7th, Nolan 8th, Nate 9th, Mark 10th. Brian Hayberger's in that group as well. Back up front, Joseph leads. Michael Kennedy there in second is looking. 14, 29, 16. 1, 2, 3, all in a line together here. Todd in the 66, not that far off in fourth. Lap times, Todd is put down the fastest lap. Nope, Alex did that last time by. Michael to the inside, sideways. Oh! Good save, but here comes the 16 with a run. Battling for first. Now Michael is battling for second and third here because Alex is to the inside. Truck probably going to take a lap or two to let the tires cool down after getting that loose. '16 stays to the inside, side-by-side racing. Jump on board with Todd Smith and watch this. 16 falls back a little bit here. Now Todd is side-by-side with him. Off of the corner. That's where the door gets shut. Oh, he shut it. And riding with Todd, there was no room there. Todd didn't let off either. So the moment's already there. Todd said, if you shut the door on me, I am not letting off. So make sure you're clear. Whew, that was close. Let's see if that happens again. Darkwing Duck out here getting things done on the high side. Great drive by the 66. He's going to go for the crossover down the front stretch on the 16. Side by side through 1 and 2. 16 should have a drive off the corner, but he scrapes the wall. That's going to give the 66 momentum on the inside. They stay even. 66 trying to clear him, can't get it to rotate. Nope. Stay open there. Side by side down the front stretch. Great racing by all these drivers tonight. No, this has really been fun to watch.
It has been.
Todd falls back from that battle now, goes back to running the high line. You could tell he's probably overdriving his truck trying to get that position. Now he's going to have a little bit of threat here by the 8 truck of Edwin James, running 5th. Coming up on the back of the 66 here a little bit. Behind Edwin is Trevor Benz in the 33, trying to keep it off the wall. We see him tapping it there down the backstretch. It's top 3 though. Throw a blanket over them because they're all right there. Bam, bam, bam. The 29 looking to the inside of the 14. The 14 comes down trying to shut the door. That leaves the high side open for the 16. The 29 goes for the dive into 1. 14 for the undercut. Crossover. No, he can't get him. 29 gets the lead. Here comes the 16 and the 66. That move brought the field all back. 14 lost 2 spots already this lap. He might lose a third one. And he does. The 66 gets by. So 1 lap. Joseph goes from 1st to 4th. Not what he was looking for, but he needs to keep that truck in one piece to make it to the end. So I think he made the right decision of not overdriving and trying to battle for that any more than what he did. Now the 16 to the inside of the 29. May see another change for the lead here as the 16 is using that apron on the exit of 4 and getting that drive off. So he must be back into 3rd gear mode in those corners already. Dives it down in there. Oh, he gets tight. Oh, he hits the 29, doors him up into the wall.
I'll give it back. I'll give it back. That's on me. Sorry, Mike.
Oh, man. Whew. Quick over the radio to let him know he'll give it back, but 29 got damage from the contact with Alex and with the outside wall. So both sides of that truck have probably just a little bit of damage. That was scary. radio silence from the 29. We got to hear the 16 talk, but the 29, no answer. They are so close. Todd has gotten back on that high side, and he is not letting these guys go. Battle for fourth. The 8 of Edwin James to the inside and passing Joseph Klein. Waffle House showed up. 16 using that apron out of 4. Cuts in between the 29 and 66. I don't know how they're doing this. Top 3 on track are 3 of the top 5 positions in the points, showing why they've been here throughout the whole season, putting on some really good truck races this year.
Alex, it's fine. You can race it, man. We're cool.
Good response from Mr. Kennedy. He said, come race me. We're good. It's nice to hear that from a fellow driver. You don't want to make anybody mad. You're not trying to create issues that you could see later in this race or later in the playoffs. It just shows the respect these guys have. That's the best part about FGRs. We really got a lot of members that respect each other, and even when you make a mistake, they don't hold a grudge against you. Ooh, 66 to the back bumper of the 16. Is there. Yeah, keep it up, guys. The broadcast is loving it. Oh, man. Todd to the inside. He hasn't been much on the bottom tonight, but he is making it happen. I don't think he's going to get... Yeah, he got clear. Yeah, he couldn't manage to stay on the inside. Caution is out. Caution is out. We have an incident involving the 230 and the 48. Here's where that door is getting shut. Let's see what happens here. 230. Oh, got loose. Went up to catch it.
I was racing just after that first one. I wanted to give it back.
48, and then the 48.
I locked them up.
Kind of back down into him.
Yeah, I heard him sliding. It's fine.
Ugh. Good lockdown by the 230. Nate Brooker with a heck of a save to keep it from slamming into the wall. But that will be our 6th caution. We're going to see pit stops.
Sorry there, big dog.
Everybody's got, what, 3 sets of tires still in the pits? Some of them only have 2, but we're 31 laps to go coming to 30. I think everybody's got to come this time.
It was only 12 seconds optional after that earlier stuff. I'm going to leave it.
All right. So we had some moves here. Edwin James, 9.6 second pit stop. Only takes 2 tires. It's going to put that 8 truck up front.
Nate, you're the one that wrecked, not me. I don't know.
No, I was talking about for the whole 50 laps when you were trying to pass. That's all, man.
The Waffle House man had a fast pit stop.
They scrambled the mugs up real quick, like.
That's that 2 a.m. bunch came in.
Waffle House starting to deliver, baby. Let's get it done.
Waffle House boys were working too.
All right, that puts the 82 back on the lead lap with the lucky dog. He's coming around now to catch the field as they are side by side, double file here. Pace truck lights are off. It's going to pull into pit road. We're going to restart with 28 laps left in the race. Shout out to Michael for joining us while he could. He had to go off and get to bed. Got to work early in the morning, but thank him for joining us in the booth for a bit. That was fun. Edwin gets the restart here, gets a good jump on the field. 8 truck is in the lead. 29 is going to have the 16 looking to his inside for second. 66 is right there with them. 33 is getting loose. 33 is getting loose. He spins.
Caution. What was the fucking caution for? Big crash? Okay, man, I don't know. I'm sorry.
Trevor, I don't. It wasn't intentional, but I don't know what happened.
We're watching. Looks like the 33 starts to get loose.
All good, Joseph. We good.
Looks like maybe net code contact from the 14. We'll run it back full speed here.
Pace truck is in 3 and 4. Pace truck in 3 and 4. Going to the front stretch.
Yep. It looks like net code. Tough break. Although he looked sideways before. Right there, yeah. Yeah, he's sideways off of some net code contact from the 14. The 14 didn't make actual contact, but net code took care of that one. It just got loose at that point. Pinballs in between. Great avoidance by the 80 and the 82. Great driving. 33 keeps it off the wall. It's on pit road.
Nate, I never got into you or anything, so I'm not sure why you're mad, but...
I'm not moaning, man, but if you don't understand what I'm putting down, then don't worry about it. You keep playing your little game, buddy.
All right, Edwin James.
You're the
still
one
in
that wrecked
lead.
and had nothing to do with me, so I don't know.
Hey, give me an end it.
Let's get the racing.
Edwin James in the lead. Michael Kennedy on the outside of the front row. Then you got Alex Fuller, Todd Smith in row 2, Joseph Klein, Nolan Mills, row 3. Andrew Groves, Nate Brooker, row 4. Row 5 is going to have Mark Allett. Brian Hayberger and Trevor Benz has got the field. Okay,
Green flag.
everybody's there. Green is out. 8 truck off. Good restart for Edwin again. Trying to get a jump out on these guys. Battling's only going to get tighter as we're getting to these closing laps.
I scrubbed the wall behind you about snatched the wheel out of my hand and the wrecking back there.
Caution's out. Yeah, did my radio sound bad out there?
Spin by the 230. Looks like the 48's involved and the 80. Looks like he had to lock it up.
Man, I don't think I've ever been turned so slowly.
Let's jump on the roof cam of the 48.
Pace truck in turn 3, pace truck in turn 3.
So, I mean, definitely a little bit of contact there to get the 230 loose. And then 48 locks it down, gets hit in the back by the 82, and then the 80 has to lock it up and keep from hitting the 230 as he came back up in front of him. Great avoidance. I mean, tough break for Nate there, Andrew, even Mark having to just lock it all the way down. But great driving by these guys. Probably going to see some tires get changed here. '82 and the 48 coming down pit road. I almost feel like tires are in their future. Right sides are going on the 48. 82 at a 12-second pit stop. 48's getting left side service. Maybe knocking the bumper out of the front of it just to make sure it's straight. Sorry, I hit the mic. So the 29 has had to use a fast repair. The 33 used one way earlier in the race, and now the 48 also has used a fast repair. So those are our 3 cars that have used fast repairs. The 48 is still on pit road. Pace truck is coming down. There he goes. Okay. 48 is back off pit road. Alright, 1 to go to the green flag. We're going to restart with 20 laps to go. It's our 8th caution of the race. 6th caution for cause. We've had 2 cautions for stage breaks. And we are down to the nitty gritty with 20 laps to go on this restart. Edwin James leads. Been leading for 9 laps. Be 10 when we cross the line this next time. Michael Kennedy, Todd Smith, 2nd, 3rd. Or, well, 2nd, 4th. Alex Fuller is restarting 3rd. Standings page is not staying where they should be because they keep moving back and forth on each other here. Alright, let's watch this restart. We're going to go from high above here on the tower.
Green flag.
Alright, there we go. The 8 truck gets a decent start, but not as good as the past 2 restarts. Here comes the 29 on the outside. He's there. And now he's not. He had to go up a little bit. 8 truck gets a good launch off of turn 2. Everybody keeping it square, even back here in the back. Joseph Klein trying to oh no, he gets loose. Oh my goodness. Heck of a save by the 14. But he's under attack by other trucks here behind him. He's got to take it easy. Be careful. Oh no, he's right back into the right rear of the 33.
Round again back there, Jesus.
Caution.
Oh, that was...
Boss, you're doing a good job. You want to give us an update on that car? Tight,
and then into the left rear of the 33. Send him around.
I'll take it here.
Is research or something up here?
Pace car in turn 3, pace car in turn 3.
The 33 goes for a ride here. And unfortunately, this one going to give him some damage to the right front. Couldn't get it slowed down in time and hit on the right rear. Tough break for Trevor. Again, not out of it yet. Got to stay in the race. Got to give it his best shot here. Edwin James still leads. Trevor's trying to get repairs. Nate Brooker's on pit road. The 82 of Brian Hayberger and Joseph Klein all on pit road. I wish I had an answer for this one. This has gotten rough here in the closing stages of this race, which is normal. These guys are racing for more than just this race. This is also for the championship. A lot at stake to make sure you're in. And the drivers that are on the bubble or fighting at the bubble are running 11th, 9th, 7th, and 1st. Those are the 4 guys fighting for the 3 spots. One of them, when the music stops, there's not going to be a chair, and they're not going to have anywhere to sit. So this is what we're going to see. This has been a great race. Great elimination race. I'm shocked at how well it has been, and now you're seeing the urgency. The race is almost over. You're going to see this happen. This is nothing out of the norm. We're going to see what happens on this restart. We're going to restart with 15 laps to go. Edwin James is in the lead. Michael Kennedy, Todd Smith second, third, Alex Fuller fourth. And it's actually the same. It's the other way around. Alex is restarting third, Todd fourth. But they're always in front of each other the wrong way. We're going down the backstretch and I'm calling it out. Now they fix it. All right, pace truck's going to drop down to pit road. 15 laps to go at the line. It's on the 8, restart zone.
Green.
There we go, green, green, green. The 8 gets a really good restart that time. He gets full clear of the 29, comes up, has full use of the track. 16 is going to look to the inside of the 29. These guys are pushing hard. The 8 is holding off this 29. The 2-tire call looking good so far. He's had some cautions to help him out. Waffle House down into turn 1. See what this 29 does here. He stays right about in the same line, a little bit, half a truck lower. Gets a good drive off though. This is where it's going to be trouble. What's the 29 going to do? He chooses the inside. Looks down, dives it in there. Slides it up the track. The 8 goes for the crossover. There's side by side, the 29 to the lead. Clear of the 8. Now what does the 8 do? He dives it in there. Is he going to send it? Tries to get it to rotate really good. Oh, he gets loose. He gets loose. He gets loose. He gets loose. He saves it. Oh, he loses so many spots on it. It's going to move Edwin all the way back to 9th. Tires are going to be hot. They're going to be unhappy. Alex Fuller using all the track and more. 12 to go. Michael Kennedy's in first, Alex Fuller second. We got a battle for third. Andrew Groves, where did he come from? Battling Todd Smith for third. Todd scrapes the wall. Here comes a look from Joseph Klein to look on the inside, but he chooses not to. Right to the back bumper of that 48. 48 gets by the 66. Move Andrew to third. Big bump from Todd. Down into the corner. 14 to the inside of the 66. What a race. 66 into the wall again. This has been nuts. Oh my goodness, the 14 almost gets to the inside of the 48 fully there, but he just had to check it up just a little bit back in front of the 66. There he goes again underneath the 48, tries to get the truck to rotate it sideways. can't make the pass. What a race. Here comes the 66 on the outside of the 14, but he just runs high. The 82 looks underneath. Todd Smith has fallen back. We're at 9 laps remaining. Here comes the 82 with the dive of the century. Still can't clear the 66. Pushing up on the 48 here. Oh, they're so close on exit. 82 shuts the door on the 66 back there behind him. Brian Haberger up to 5th. So much craziness in this race here to end it. Oh no, there goes the 84. He locks it up. He spins, but he's good. No contact. Back rolling again. No caution. '29 has got the 66 on his tail. The 14 has gotten by the 48 for 3rd. I think that's the run he needs to lock himself in with the points he got in the stages. The 14 is actually going to make it, I feel like, here with this finish. Six laps remain. 14 trying to do something. The 16 trying to do something with the 29 here as well. Gets a good entry in the corner. Exits are about even. Lap time last time by, the 16 was a 10th faster. Can he make this turn 4 thing work? He's been making it happen. He's almost there. Still a 10th faster. Can he make this happen? We are at under 5 to go.
Well,
oh, the 230 hard into the wall.
No, good.
Keeps it going. Look like a hard slam into the wall. 16 is on the back bumper, the 29. 4 to go. What can he do? What can these guys do? Oh, the 29 into the wall. That's going to open the door. The 16 to the inside. He has position. Gets clear into the corner. The 29 goes for the dive. He's wrapping the apron on entry. Slides up. Oh my goodness. 16 has the lead with 3 to go. 3 at the line. Alex Fuller. That's the second lap of the race that he's led. He's waited to the end to show back up to the front here. And he is there, and he is checking out. 0.3 of a second lead over Michael Kennedy. 0.4 of a second. We're coming 2 to go this time by. Oh my goodness. And he is pulling away. The 26, or the 16, has got over 0.6 of a second lead over Michael Kennedy, and Michael Kennedy's under pressure from Joseph Klein for second. And the 14, oh, they make contact. Here comes Andrew in 4th. Oh, Michael leaning on Joseph. Joseph leaning on Michael. Is that going to open the door for the 48? Sure does. 14 gets by the 29, but at what cost? Here comes Andrew Groves to the inside of Joseph Klein. 1 to go. Here comes the 29. Dives it in there. Can't do anything with it. They are side by side. They are glued together. Wow. What a race. I can't tell you the last time we had a race like this. Checkered flag is out. Oh no, the 29 into the 48. They're sideways. Oh, the 66 gets collided with the 48. The 16 wins it. Oh my goodness. Are you kidding me? That changes everything. What a finish. That was crazy.
All right, tonight we can go to IHOP.
Hell yeah, we can.
The 16 with the win. Wow. Why is that start line not the same all the way across the track? What is that? iRacing, what are we doing here? I guess I can't take pictures right now. Never mind. I digress.
Good job, Alex.
What a race. I am stunned by that. Alex Fuller, Joseph Klein, Brian Haberger are your top three. Great racing tonight, guys. Congratulations to the top three. Waiting room for the top three for interviews when you're ready. I'll be here in the booth. Ah, man, that was some racing. Holy cow. Wowie, wowie, wowie. I am just stunned by how that race went and how that finish happened. That was crazy. Just wait and see if we get some interviews here. Whew. I guess since the race has ended, while I'm waiting on that, we will go into upload these race results and see where everything stands. Let's see, stage 1 was 55, stage 2 was 110.
Bro, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm asking you a question about what you did, and you're bringing up 3 different points that had nothing to do with my fucking question.
I have a little bit of craziness going on in the
I
chat.
answered your question. What do you want me to do? Set 10 car lengths behind you?
All right, let's get...
So, what, did you think you was going to pass the field, or did you just want to see who you could pass?
Get these results updated.
I don't understand. It didn't have anything to do with you. I didn't hit you. I didn't wreck you. I don't understand what you did.
All right, so checking out the cut line.
All right, let me try it. So if I'm a lap down and I'm the only car a lap down in a 10, 11 car field, then I've got 2 choices. Do I sit behind the pack and wait for a caution because I'm going to be the lap car, or do I try disrupt the guys and attack for position?
Okay, well, we're going to get that turned off for now. All right, I don't have Mr. Haberger in here, so we'll go straight to Mr. Klein. Joseph Klein, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Hey, buddy. Interesting race. Heck of a finish. Welcome back. Now that you're an official Texan.
Thank you.
Shout out to Starlink for getting you in tonight and get you to the end of the race. That was a heck of a run. You had a fast truck. Looked like early on you were just kind of feeling things out, and it looked like as the race went on, you got sportier and sportier, and got really good stage points in stage 2, and then was running up front there at the end of this race. You were there to tell us about your night. How'd it go on your perspective?
Well, aside from the chaos and the physical limitations that I've had past 10 days, I think. Felt like I haven't raced in forever. Got everything, all squared up and torqued down, tightened down. It feels like a brand new rig. Tonight, yeah, I tried to put as many practice laps as I could down. Just knowing that everything felt different and kind of just knew I wanted to bite my time a little bit. And as the race went on, started finding pace, started finding lanes that could really work and benefit and not try and tear up the tires too much, just trying to keep it on the rears. And then, yeah, the end, I'd kind of split this race into three parts. Like, the beginning was super chill. Stage 2 was, a little bit more sporty. And then, yeah, stage 3 was like an all-out brawl.
It was. There was a lot of haymakers being thrown in stage 3, that's for sure. I know in that third stage you had a couple of points of contact. The first one with the 33 looked to be netcode. The second one looked to be physical contact. Just got tight, it looked like, in that instance. But otherwise, you kept the truck clean and, made it to the end, which is what mattered with where you started the race in the points and having to gain on these guys. You made things happen to where you're able to get yourself locked into the round of 8.
Sweet, yeah. With the Trevor incident, turning, it was not intentional, like he said. It was a little bit of netcode there, and that's just kind of a poor factor of these trucks. Is you get your right front nose on their left rear, especially middle of the corner as they're trying to get the power down on it. They just come together and they get turned around so easy. So the first one, I was just trying to get to the bottom. I wasn't trying to use them up or anything. Like, I was really aiming for the apron, and I don't think that I don't know, but I don't know if he knew that he was 3 wide there. And once I saw that we had like contact, I just tried to keep him as straight as possible so he didn't get like arca braked from behind. And then the second one, after that, like, we were tighter, and it was just like, I don't know if he came. I'd have to look back, but I don't know if he like came down, or if it was more netcode or a combination of both. But I know it looks intentional. It's definitely not. But he just kind of came across my nose, and I was like, well, I can't do anything about that if I'm leaving you the lane there.
Yeah, I don't think it looked intentional. Yeah, I didn't think it was intentional. You guys were both tight exiting, and he basically came up to the wall. He just didn't have any more track, and you were almost. You guys were almost clear of each other, and it was just your right front. Just again, we looked at it from the roof cam of your truck, but your right front just tapped. It was the lightest of taps to the left rear, like it was just a little boop, and he's on power, and at that point the truck just lifts up and went for a ride. But it was just that corner exit. You both are pushing up, and he runs out of room. Really, he doesn't hit the wall, but he gets to it, and then that's where your truck just a little bit. It didn't. The first one was netcode for everything I could see. There was no actual physical contact. There was like a foot bubble between you guys. The second one, you guys looked to be contact. At least it wasn't netcode or a bubble that did it, but you guys were just that tight off the corner exit. It was just that tight racing. It was fun to watch. You guys put on a heck of a show for New Hampshire. It was a blast to get to watch this race, to get to call it. It was some really good racing. There was a lot of times where drivers were having to make, multiple laps to make one pass, to set things up right. And the different lines everybody was running, and the track is wide enough to where you can do that for the most part. But then obviously when we get to 30, 40 laps to go in that final stage, the race is wrapping up, and then the aggression turns on, everybody gets, a little bit more aggressive with those restarts, and we saw some cautions. We saw some, some of the craziness that happens in these races, but for the part of what the racing was, you guys really raced clean and respectful the whole race. It was really fun to watch.
Oh yeah, I had a blast. Super, super thankful for just everything with me, like moving and having it all done and being able to just sit down in my room now and be able to be back racing. I didn't think it would be that entertaining. I was horribly wrong. Had a blast and everything feels basically brand new. Like past 2 days, kind of has been like a mini early Christmas for me because I boxed everything up and I'm like, it may not be brand new, but it feels like it's new to me opening it back up. So
right, that's awesome though. It's like a whole new present, and like you said, it's like a new rig, right? Because you had everything apart, you got to put everything back together. You made sure everything is tight, everything is the way you needed it to be. But in that instance, it's like a new rig. You're in a new place, a new room. Everything has been just put back together, and then you come out here and you get back into racing like you didn't miss a beat, and good to see that the rig and everything did what it needed to do for you tonight. We always, I always get scared whenever I change one thing on my computer, let alone pack it up and move it. When I moved from Indiana to Wisconsin, my first few races, I was like, okay, what's going to happen? What's going to fail? Something's not going to go right, but everything went good for you
I just
tonight.
hopped in on a whim. I was like, I hope it goes together, and if it doesn't, whatever.
But hey, it was a really, really good job by you. Glad to have you back on the track. We missed you last week with your moving and everything, but good to have you back in the car, and great run to get that P2 tonight. Great drive. Well done. Again, like I said, I updated the standings already, and you moved up to 3 spots, up to 7th in the point standings after tonight's race. So you will be in the round of 8. Next week we go to the Roval road coursing.
Sick.
Think you got that down, right? You got that covered. You could be up there, right? You can win the Roval, right?
Oh yeah. Something like that.
It ought to be interesting to see the trucks at the Roval. It should be a fun time. Before we let you go, anybody want to give a shout out to or thanks to?
Shout out to all of you guys, for putting on the broadcast and Noob Squad and everyone in First Gear. Michael and I really, I just want to give a shout out to Michael because gosh, we were side by side for like 40 or 50 laps, or well, maybe not that long, but it felt like 40 or 50
forever.
laps.
Yeah.
It was really clean, and he moved me out of the way, and naturally I'm just like, ugh, like dang it, but well, it wasn't that word, but it's broadcast, but it was as respectful as you could be for Loudon and trucks. He moved me out of the way. I dropped like 4 spots. So I was like, well, now I'm gonna have to crawl back, and then kind of gave it back to him. Didn't want to give it back to him on the the last lap, last corner there, the way that it happened, but Andrew came into the picture there, and it's just another variable that I wasn't thinking would be there.
Right.
And
right.
it looks horrible, but I just want to apologize for that.
Well, we appreciate it, man.
Like it literally looks like I drove up into him, but
right.
I was just trying to get underneath as clean as possible.
Just trying to do a little racing, and again, I don't think anything. If there is anybody in here doing anything with that kind of intent, I didn't see it tonight. It really looked like some really good hard racing, and that's what these trucks are meant for, and that's what they do. This series has proven to us that we have a lot of good skilled drivers that can really beat and bang and battle, and we got fenders on them for a reason, right? So sometimes we got to use them in the bumpers and stuff like that. We want to be as close as we can. In the terms of racing, because it's a lot of it's about position, right? Where you're at on corner exit to another car can determine if you're going to be in front of them or behind them by the next corner. So But great job tonight. Again, congrats on P2, and we'll see you back here next week at the Roval. Okay, bud?
Yes, sir. Sorry, or thanks, and let you get to the winner.
All right, man. Well, you have a good night.
Yep, you too.
That's Mr. Klein. We're going to pull up P3 as it looks like he's in here. Probably having a conversation with Nate Brooker, but we got to get this interview on the way. Brian, it's Jason in the booth. Get a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, man, heck of a race tonight. That 82 truck was flying, and you come home with P3 tonight, get yourself a podium. Great run. I know there's a little bit of chatter going on between you and Nate, which I don't care to get into that part, but I mean, overall, I thought you ran a pretty good race. You definitely were super competitive, and then here at the end of the race, you find yourself P3 up there and get yourself a podium. Tell us about your night.
Yeah, definitely up and down. Definitely after practice didn't feel like I had a great car, but figured some things out during the race. Kind of feel bad about the stage 2 because I spun and then had a tire advantage, so I don't care for that. But other than that, yeah, it was an up and down race. I'm glad to drive back forward. Not sure what was going on there in front of me at the end of the race, if that was some payback or just some hard racing at the end of the race, but I'll take it. So definitely a good run for me.
Yeah, it was very impressive. It was fun to watch. The racing was really good. You guys put on a great show here at this track tonight. These trucks performed with us only having 11 trucks in the field for the race. I really felt like there was a lot of respect on track. Everybody was giving each other a fair ample amount of space and room, and really it seemed like when you get to stage 3 and you crank it up a little bit like we normally do, right? Stage 3 is the money stage. It's the end of the race. We saw some cautions, we saw some restarts, we saw some aggressive moves, but at the end of the day, if you don't make them then you're kicking yourself for not trying. So we see a lot of drivers do that, and I think that's kind of how that race ended, was there's just some aggressive moves that maybe there's some intent, maybe there's not, but really for the most part, I don't see a lot of that, at least what I saw from my end, but it looked like some really good racing. It was fun to watch. And like I said,
yeah, it's just not really anything egregious or anything, especially coming down the final laps.
Yeah.
I just haven't been around enough to know if that was just hard racing or something else. So
right. But no, it looked fun. It looked good. And again, great run by you. You had that 82 truck up there, and again, like you said, stage 2, you had the tire advantage. It was only a 10-lap difference, but it made a difference for you guys that pitted. You were able to be up, make some passes and get up to the front. And out of the 3 of you, you took your time kind of getting through the field too, where the other 2 were super more aggressive and kind of got up and away a little bit quicker, but it was fun watching you come through the field like that. That was some really good passes and really good driving. So great job by you tonight. And again, coming home with the P3, it's a good finish. Next week, we take the trucks to the Roval. What are your thoughts about that? How are you feeling about that?
I struggle on the road courses still, so that's going to be some practice for sure. Yeah, that's going to be a rough one, but I'll try to at least stay out of trouble anyway.
Right. Fair enough. Well, before we let you go, Brian, when you get a podium, we always give you the floor. Anybody you want to give a shout out to or a thanks to?
Yeah, I want to thank you guys for all putting this league on and the broadcast. I want to thank Nolan for turning me on to first gear racing. I've had a good time since I've been here. Still trying to figure out the whole tire saving deal on these fixed setups. I could keep the car really loose tonight, and that definitely helps me a lot. But the tire saving, if I burn the right front off, I'm toast. So yeah, I've enjoyed my time here, and hopefully continue to race and learn. So.
Well, we appreciate you being here and appreciate the shout out. We're always happy to have people join and race with us and learn with us. That's the best part about it, is we we're open to everybody, and that's something for those that are watching. I mean, that's kind of how we all got together, is we open the door and say anybody's welcome to come and race and have a good time. If you don't know it, let's learn it together. Let's make each other better. And Brian, I can truly say, since the time you joined, you've gotten better. It's fun to watch you race. I love getting to actually broadcast like these trucks, because I'm not in the car, so I actually get to see kind of how the progression goes, and getting to watch it from the outside. You've come a really good way since joining with us, and we're grateful to have you with us. So thank you for being a part of us.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, it's been kind of weird. I had a really good run at North Wilkesboro my first race here, and then just kind of struggled off and on. Had some decent runs again tonight with a decent run. So I don't know. It's coming and going, but if we can find out the consistency, we'll be a little better. But I've had a good time since being here.
Well, absolutely, man. Well, thank you again. We're going to go ahead and let you go. We're going to get Alex in here for his interview, but you have yourself a great night, and we'll see you next week, okay?
All right, man. You guys too.
All right. Take care, bud. All right, that was Brian Haber, our P3 finisher. Now it's time to bring Alex Fuller up here. Let's get the winner up here. Alex, is Jason in the booth? You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
All right, man. What can I say? You make it in 5 minutes left of practice. You get 8 laps in practice, and then you use qualifying as practice. And you come out here and you had a fast truck tonight. You had a really good truck. Where did it come from there in stage 3? What was the difference for you to come away with this win tonight?
Well, if we take it back to stage 1, kind of got stuck behind Edwin. I mean, it's just a hard track to pass.
Yeah.
Unless you have the tire difference. I got stuck behind Edwin for like 45 laps. I mean, I know the stage is only 55, but probably 35 laps. And eventually, I would get to him, couldn't pass him on the inside, couldn't pass him on the outside. I'm like, I got to try something. I'm like, I'm not going to lose a spot. It's fine. I figured out just driving it off the apron is the only way you can pass. Not the only way, but the only way I could.
Yeah, you had that apron working. Turn 4 apron especially, because every time you crossed that orange box for the pit road commitment, it told me you went down pit road. So
Yep.
I knew every time you exited turn 4 low. And you were the first one to do it. And then others saw it. And I have like a record of 5 other drivers that tried to repeat it, but they couldn't do it to the level that you could. And you were using third gear as well during those runs. And that made
I like to be a little innovative.
Yeah, the third gear was super helpful for that drive off. Some drivers were staying in fourth and not using third at all. But you had a really good angle with that turn 4 apron. Once you got that hammered down, it really showed super strength for trying to get a good clear or a good run on a driver even. And it really was working for you. It was fun to watch. Again, we watched, I think, majority, if not all. I had Michael in the booth with me. Michael Moquin was in the booth with me for the beginning of the race. And we watched that first stage, that battle with you and Edwin for most of the time, because you guys were the closest 2 cars on track. And just a heck of this is the kind of racing that, you don't know what to expect at a track like this all the time. Certainly with these trucks, you don't know. We don't do this, week in, week out at the same track. And it really provided some good, tight, close, hard-nosed racing. Like, it took a bit to make a pass. It took a bit to get that run right. And that battle between you and Edwin really showed it. Early on, just trying not to make a mistake, but yet try to make that position. And you found a way to make it happen, which was fun to watch that kind of work itself over and how it built up. So that was really fun to watch. When it come down to stage 3, though, you weren't on that final restart. You weren't the leader. You restarted third. What was the difference in getting by and getting to the lead?
Well, the one thing is like I feel like the outside line out of 2 on the restart was just very good. You get the momentum. Feel like you can kind of pinch the inside lane. So after every restart, I felt like I was going to have to jump to fourth behind Todd. And every restart, I would keep getting third, and it bothered me because Edwin was on the 2 tires, obviously. So I kind of wanted to lose a spot to Todd, but like can't really just give it up.
Right.
And so it's like it's one of those things. I'm like, okay, if I can follow Michael through a hole or something going to happen, I feel like I could have passed both of them individually. I just don't think it was. I was just getting frustrated, just probably like everyone else. But it was just. I feel like the whole last 30 laps, like everyone was just punching for positions. There really wasn't a plan except like don't fall backwards at all.
Right. Well, you made sure to not do that. The restart went well, and then the battle with Michael there at the end. I mean, you made the pass with, I think it was 3 laps to go, if I recall correctly. I'm having a hard time remembering. 4 laps to go. You had led 1 lap earlier in the race, and then with 4 to go, you led the last 4 laps of the race. So you made the move. You get by him. You get clear. Did you feel safe at that point, or did you feel like I gotta watch my rear bumper? Something's coming.
I didn't feel like I was. I mean, I think 99% of people are pretty respectful, and I mean, obviously we had contact earlier, gave him the spot back. I felt like that's just kind of.
Yeah. That was just hard racing. You
I
did
didn't
the right
expect,
thing. Yeah, you didn't expect it to get tight.
Yeah, I didn't really expect.
Yeah. That was just hard entry by both of you guys. You guys were really racing hard for the spot, and your truck just got super tight. And when you got into him, you immediately backed off. You almost got ran over by the 48 behind you because he wasn't ready to let off. You know, everybody else was like, "Oh, free spots, let's get them." But you know, you did the right thing. And you showed that, hey, I wasn't intending to try to rough you up at all or anything like that, and you gave the spot back, and you guys continued on. But when it comes to the end of the race, you know, you get the spot, and you've only got 3 laps, really 4 laps total to hold them off or to hang on to it. But then you pulled away, and you made it happen. It was a great race. It was fun to watch. And this is going to be, you weren't really in a position of like worry about points coming into this race. You weren't close enough to the bubble, but you weren't super close to the top 4. You were kind of the one man in the middle, where this race win gives you your second win on the season. And then we're going to reset the points before we go to next week's race. And this is going to put you closer to the top at the points reset. We go to the Roval next week. We go to the road course. What do you feel like your chances are there? Do you feel pretty positive about it, or are you like most of the field? They're like, oh, trucks at a road course at the Roval of all of them. This is going to be a handful.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I've finished a race on the Roval, much less like can say like, oh, top 10. I don't know if I've finished a race in a stock car on the Roval, but I will say, I think some of that's like ADHD. I think like focusing for that amount of time on a road course where the car sucks on it, where everything just doesn't seem fun during the moment. At the end, yeah, it's fun, but during the moment, like mushing that car around, I just kind of lose focus, and I think that's just something like I think at Watkins Glen it's the same thing, but like the only man who beat me was the Eagle, and if he doesn't show up, maybe we can wheel around for a win. But I'm just kind of like, well, we can just get a top 5.
And I
think that'd be a win in a top 5.
Right, and that's really the focus when you come into it, right? Is the field is shortened down to 8 drivers for the playoffs. Now we're gonna have three more races. We're gonna have tracks like the Roval. We're gonna have Talladega after that, and then I'm having a brain fart.
Martinsville.
So 3 real. I mean, this is the widest array of tracks, right? You're going to go to the road course. You're going to go to the biggest, baddest track in the world. Then you're going to go to one of the smallest, tightest tracks. And, I mean, obviously, if the field is only 10 to 12 trucks, there's only so many spots or points to be lost, at least in finishing position, but those stage points can still matter, right? So it's all about just trying to probably secure a solid run and make sure you don't give up too much to people that are chasing after you. and that's going to be, it's probably going to show its hardest next week because the Roval is 67 laps. Like, it's a pretty decent long race. So that's going to be, you know, where we're probably going to see some attrition. We're going to see some drivers have some issues. And it's about just making sure you're not one of them or don't get caught up in it kind of thing. So it should be a blast. I'm excited for it. I love some road course racing, so I'm excited to get to call this for these playoffs. And again, you guys have put on a heck of a show, week in, week out. Tonight, nothing different. Again, congratulations on the win. Before we let you go, as usual, anybody you want to give a shout out to or thanks to?
Oh, probably just the whole league. I miss when the I enjoy the trucks out of everything else. I couldn't tell you why, but I was looking back at the first Bristol race for, you know, not to gloat, but I was just seeing like what I did differently in that race versus last week. So I kind of went back and watched. I'm like, the field was 25, so I'm like, I want to thank everyone like coming out, but I want to tell everyone that isn't racing to come back and race trucks with us.
Yeah, absolutely. It's crazy that we have, I think, still 27 drivers that are checked for the Truck Series technically that signed up at some point that are still with us. That we have such smaller fields is kind of amazing, just because we have drivers in the playoffs. Like, it'd be lovely if we can get a good portion back and have a field of 15 to 20 to be able to put on just a bigger show, because it's just not about the playoff drivers. Playoff drivers still got to have cars to race, because if you're just racing each other, you're not gaining or losing anything, and it makes it harder when it's based on points too. So, but yeah, we'll keep trying. We still got 4 more races left in the season. Again, this round of 8, we've got the points adjusted and updated already. I just haven't done the revert for the new chase yet, so we'll have that done here probably in a little bit after I make sure everything is correct. And we'll get ready for this round of 8, man. So you have yourself a great night. Enjoy this victory. And we'll see you back on the track next Sunday night at the Roval, okay?
Sounds good, Jason. Appreciate it.
All right, appreciate you. You have a good night.
You too.
All right, that's Alex Fuller. And again, we'll pull up our race standings for tonight. So these are our results. Alex Fuller is our winner. Joseph Klein second. Brian Haberger third. Michael Kennedy's going to come home fourth. Trevor Benz fifth. Edwin James sixth. Nate Brooker seventh. Mark Owlett eighth. Todd Smith ninth. Andrew Groves 10th. Nolan Milnes 11th. Tim Felker did not race with us tonight, so he is registered as 12th. I will actually do this as well just before we let you guys go. Let me find my points box here. There it is. So this is how we ended after tonight's race. Michael Kennedy leaves as the points leader with a 1-point lead over Todd Smith. Andrew Groves in third. Nolan Milnes fourth. Alex Fuller fifth. Edwin James sixth. Joseph Klein seventh. Trevor Benz eighth. Mark Owlett is the one that gets knocked out tonight, and Brendan Decker, who did not race tonight. Those two drivers do not make it to the round of 8 in the playoffs, and it was by 2 points was the gap between Trevor and Mark. And so really close battling back there for that cut line. And then again, we go to the Roval next week, and these points will all be reset. All the drivers that are in the top 8 will go to 3,000, and then we'll add bonus points for stage wins and race wins. So we are going to see some of those tighten up again. We'll start with another tight field for the round of 8, which is 3 rounds. It's the Roval at Charlotte Road Course, then followed by Talladega Super Speedway, and then followed by Martinsville. And once that round is complete, then we go from 8 drivers down to 4. So we'll have 4 drivers for the championship round at Phoenix. So it's going to be a super, super tight round of a lot of hard racing. So I'm excited. Can't wait to get to next Sunday. But again, congratulations to Alex Fuller. Great job tonight on the win. And we will see you guys here next week, next Sunday night. Again, for other broadcast stuff, we have a bunch of new seasons starting this week, actually. What you'll see on the network is Friday and Saturday nights. We will be broadcasting live coverage of our races. Friday nights are the Gen 4 Cup Series. They will be broadcasted live with me in the booth. Saturday nights we'll have our Gen 6 Cup coverage with the usual Edwin James in the booth on Saturday nights. So you'll see the network back on air Friday, Saturday, Sundays for the next few weeks until this truck season wraps up here in another 4 races. So be good to be back on the air a little bit more as we get these new seasons up and running. If anybody is watching and or are interested in getting into broadcasting and want to be a part of it, and you have iRacing, and we're looking for broadcasters and commentators that want to come in the booth. So always interested. You can always reach out to the channel in comments or to me or Edwin or whatever, and reach out to us and let us know, and we'll get you in the right spot. But thanks again for watching. Appreciate everybody for being a part of this, and congratulations to Alex Fuller again. Great job getting that race win tonight in that 16 truck, and we will see you guys back here soon. Have a great night.